Reflections. If you've recently gone through a spiritual awakening and noticed that your finances feel harder instead of easier, this reading is for you. Today's message explores why financial struggle often follows awakening, not as punishment, but as a psychological and energetic recalibration. We're going to look at the hidden subconscious patterns, beliefs, and survival responses that activate when your identity shifts. Many people awaken spiritually before they're ready to reorganize their relationship with money, worth, safety, and power. And that internal mismatch creates tension in the material world. This is not a prediction. This is a mirror. The way this reading works is inspired by Carl Jung's psychological theory, specifically the idea that the subconscious communicates through symbols long before the conscious mind understands what's happening. Jung believed that when you're drawn to an image, object, or symbol without logical reasoning, it's because your unconscious mind already recognizes its message. You're not choosing randomly. Your subconscious is choosing for you. In front of you are 4 plants, each representing a different subconscious reason someone may be financially struggling after awakening. Without overthinking it, allow yourself to notice which plant you feel pulled toward. Pay attention to your first instinct. Your body knows before your mind does. Once you've chosen, stay with that pile to hear what your subconscious is trying to reveal. What's blocking your financial flow? And, most importantly, what shift helps restore balance? If this kind of psychological, spiritual depth resonates with you, make sure you subscribe to the channel. These readings are designed to help you understand yourself at a deeper level so you can move through life with clarity instead of confusion. Take a breath, trust your intuition, and choose your plant. Plant 1, the withered plant. Depletion, loss of vital energy, burnout after awakening. If you chose plant 1, your subconscious is showing a state of psychological depletion. According to Carl Jung, when the ego goes through a major awakening, it often abandons old survival structures too quickly. You may have rejected parts of yourself that once helped you survive, ambition, structure, discipline, even material desire, because they no longer felt spiritual. But the unconscious doesn't erase needs just because consciousness evolves. This plant reflects burnout, not failure. You gave too much energy to inner work, healing others, or finding meaning, while neglecting the basic psychological need for stability, rest, and nourishment. Financial struggle here is the psyche's way of saying, your roots are dry. What's holding you back? Unconscious belief that rest, money, or stability is less spiritual, over-identifying with struggle as proof of growth. Giving without replenishing yourself. How to break free. Concrete steps. 1. Restore structure before expansion. Create a simple daily financial ritual. Check your money once a day, no avoidance. Track spending weekly without judgment. 2. Reclaim permission to receive. Say this daily. Stability supports my spiritual growth. I am allowed to be supported. 3. Rebuild energy before goals. Sleep, nutrition, and routine come before manifestation. The psyche needs safety to create. Your finances will stabilize when your nervous system does. If this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And subscribe to help us continue putting out videos just like this one. Plant 2, the chained plant. Fear of power, guilt around money, self-restriction. If you chose plant 2, your subconscious is revealing self-imposed limitation. Jung spoke often about the shadow, the parts of ourselves we suppress because we fear what they might turn us into. In your case, the shadow is power. You associate money with control, ego, corruption, or becoming someone you don't respect. So unconsciously you restrain yourself, not because you can't succeed, but because success threatens your identity. The chains are not external. They are moral contracts you made with yourself. What's holding you back? Guilt about wanting more, fear that wealth disconnects you from your values, belief that struggle keeps you pure or authentic. How to break free. Concrete steps. 1. Rewrite your money identity. Write this sentence and finish it honestly. If I had more money, I'm afraid I would become. That answer reveals the chain. 2. Separate money from morality. Money amplifies who you already are. it doesn't change you. Repeat daily. Money gives me more choice, not less integrity. 3. Practice small acts of empowered choice. Spend intentionally once a week on something that supports your growth, without guilt. When you stop punishing yourself for wanting more, flow returns. If this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And subscribe to help us continue putting out videos just like this one. Plant 3, the plant in fire. Inner conflict, self-sabotage, destruction before creation. If you chose plant 3, your subconscious is highlighting inner war. Jung believed that when opposites within the psyche are not integrated, they turn destructive. One part of you wants freedom, meaning, and truth. Another part still fears survival, judgment, or loss of control. Instead of integrating these parts, they burn each other. Financial instability here comes from self-sabotage, starting over repeatedly, burning bridges, quitting too soon, or unconsciously choosing chaos over consistency. The fire isn't evil. It's uncontrolled transformation. What's holding you back? All or nothing thinking, destroying old systems without building new ones. Confusing intensity with progress. How to break free, concrete steps. 1. Choose integration over rebellion. You don't need to destroy your old self, only update it. 2. Stabilize one financial container. Choose one consistent income stream or responsibility and commit for 90 days without quitting. 3. Slow down transformation. Growth that lasts is boring at first. That's how you know it's real. When the fire is contained, it becomes fuel, not destruction. If this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And subscribe to help us continue putting out videos just like this one. Plant 4, the overflowing plant. Misaligned abundance, leaks, and giving too much away. If you chose plant 4, your subconscious is showing mismanaged abundance. You are not blocked from money. You are leaking it. Jung taught that when the ego doesn't value itself properly, the unconscious compensates through overgiving, rescuing, or sacrificing. You may attract opportunities, ideas, or income, but it doesn't stay because boundaries are weak. You confuse generosity with self-erasure. What's holding you back? Overgiving time, energy, or resources. Undervaluing your work. Fear that saying no blocks abundance. How to break free, concrete steps. 1. Install energetic boundaries. Before giving, ask, is this nourishing me too? 2. Raise standards, not effort. Charge fairly, ask clearly. Expect reciprocity. 3. Plug the leaks. Track where money, time, and energy leave without return, and close one leak this week. Abundance stays when it's respected. If this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And subscribe to help us continue putting out videos just like this one. If you're still watching, here is the collective message. No matter which plant you chose, there is one shared truth moving through this entire reading. According to Carl Jung, when consciousness expands faster than the psyche can reorganize, tension shows up in the material world. Money is one of the first places this tension appears. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because finances are deeply tied to safety, identity, worth, and survival. Spiritual awakening doesn't automatically dissolve psychological patterns. It reveals them. What you're experiencing is not failure, it's integration. Your subconscious is asking you to bring your inner insight into practical structure, to ground awareness into routine, to stop swinging between extremes, and instead create a stable bridge between who you were and who you're becoming. Jung believed wholeness comes not from rejecting parts of ourselves, but from integrating them. The part of you that seeks meaning and the part of you that seeks security are not enemies. They are meant to work together. Financial balance returns when intuition is paired with consistency, awareness is paired with action, healing is paired with responsibility. You are not meant to struggle forever to prove growth. You are meant to live the wisdom you've gained, take what resonated, release what didn't, and trust that clarity comes when inner truth meets grounded choice. If this collective message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And subscribe to help us continue putting out videos just like this one, designed to help you understand yourself, not judge yourself. Until next time, stay grounded, stay aware, and keep trusting your inner lens. Welcome back to Soul Reflections. This reading is designed to help you uncover the deeper parts of yourself that don't always show up on the surface. Your inner strengths, unconscious patterns, and the truths that quietly influence how you move through life. This is not about labels or predictions. It's about self-awareness and reflection. This experience is inspired by Carl Jung's psychological work, which focuses on how the subconscious mind communicates through symbols, instincts, and imagery. Jung believed that before the conscious mind explains why something resonates, the subconscious already knows what belongs to us. When you're drawn to an image without overthinking it, that response isn't random. It's your subconscious recognizing something familiar, something already within you. In front of you are 4 horses. Each horse represents a different inner truth or personal quality. Without analyzing or second-guessing yourself, notice which horse you feel naturally drawn to first. Trust that initial pull. That's where your subconscious speaks most clearly. Once you've chosen your horse, stay with that message to receive insight into who you are at a deeper level and how this awareness can support your personal growth. And if these intuitive, psychology-based reflections resonate with you, make sure to subscribe to Soul Reflections. Your support allows us to continue creating content that helps you understand yourself, trust your intuition, and move forward with clarity. Take a breath, trust your intuition, and choose your horse. Horse 1, the quiet strength. If you chose Horse 1, the truth about you is that you possess a quiet power most people underestimate, including you. In Jungian psychology, this reflects a person whose strength lives beneath the surface. You are introspective, observant, and deeply self-aware. You don't rush to prove yourself because your psyche is rooted in inner stability rather than external validation. Even when you doubt yourself, your subconscious knows exactly who you are. You've likely learned to stay grounded during chaos. What feels like reserve or hesitation is actually discernment. You sense more than you say, and you move when it's right, not when it's loud. The truth is, when you trust your inner authority, others naturally follow your lead. You are not behind. You are building something solid within. If this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Horse 2, the visionary self. If you chose Horse 2, the truth about you is that your mind naturally moves beyond the present moment. Jung described this as a psyche that lives close to the self, the part of you that sees patterns, meaning, and possibility before others do. You are intuitive, imaginative, and often guided by a sense of destiny rather than logic alone. You may have felt different growing up or misunderstood because your inner world is expansive. But this is not escapism, it's foresight. You are wired to see what could be, not just what is. The truth is, when you ground your vision into consistent action, your ideas become powerful realities. You are here to inspire, illuminate, and reimagine what's possible. If this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Horse 3, the transformative force. If you chose Horse 3, the truth about you is that you are a force of transformation. In Jungian psychology, this reflects someone who has learned to turn inner intensity into growth. You feel deeply, act passionately, and are not afraid of change. Even your challenges have shaped you into someone resilient and self-aware. You are not meant for stagnation. Your subconscious pushes you toward evolution, sometimes through discomfort, sometimes through bold decisions. Where others retreat, you rise stronger. The truth is, when you channel your energy with intention, you become unstoppable. You are here to transform yourself and others through courage. If this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Horse 4, the grounded heart. If you chose Horse 4, the truth about you is that your strength lies in connection and emotional wisdom. Jung believed true wholeness comes from integrating feeling with strength, and that is your gift. You are compassionate, loyal, and deeply attuned to others. Your presence creates safety, and people feel seen around you, even when you say very little. You may have learned early how to balance responsibility with care. This has made you dependable and emotionally mature. Your subconscious understands that real power is steady, not forceful. The truth is, when you honor your needs as much as others, your life flows with harmony. You are here to build, nurture, and sustain meaningful bonds. If this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Welcome back to Soul Reflections. If you felt yourself changing on the inside, yet noticed a gap between who you are now and who you're becoming, this reading is for you. Today's message explores how to create a stable bridge between your current identity and your emerging self. Growth doesn't happen all at once. Often, the hardest part of transformation isn't knowing where you're going. It's learning how to move forward without feeling fragmented, uncertain, or stuck between worlds. This reading looks at the subconscious patterns that activate during transition, especially when old identities dissolve faster than new ones can fully form. This is not a prediction, this is a mirror. The way this reading works is inspired by Carl Jung's psychological theory, particularly the idea that the subconscious mind communicates through symbols long before the conscious mind can make sense of change. Jung believed that when you feel drawn to an image without logical reasoning, it's because your unconscious already recognizes its meaning. You're not choosing randomly. Your subconscious is choosing for you. In front of you are 4 bridges, each representing a different way the psyche attempts to move from who you have been into who you are becoming. Without overthinking, allow yourself to notice which bridge you feel pulled toward. Pay attention to your first instinct. Your body senses alignment before your mind explains it. Once you've chosen, stay with that bridge to understand what's stabilizing your transition, what may be causing hesitation or imbalance, and how to move forward with trust and clarity. If this kind of psychological and intuitive depth resonates with you, make sure you subscribe to Soul Reflections. These messages are created to help you understand yourself at a deeper level, so growth feels integrated rather than overwhelming. Take a breath, trust your intuition, and choose your bridge. Bridge 1, integrating the past self. If you chose Bridge 1, your subconscious is showing you that the key to stability is integration, not erasure. Jung taught that growth doesn't come from abandoning the past, but from consciously integrating it. Right now, you may be trying to outgrow who you were by distancing yourself from old identities, habits, or experiences. But what actually creates instability is rejecting parts of yourself that once kept you safe. This bridge forms when you honor the role your past self played in getting you here. Even the versions of you that feel outdated still carry wisdom, resilience, and strength. When you stop fighting your history and begin learning from it, your foundation strengthens. To create stability, ask yourself, what part of my past self am I trying to disown instead of understand? When you allow compassion instead of judgment, the bridge becomes solid. You don't move forward by cutting ties. You move forward by carrying forward what still serves you. If this message resonates, let me know in the comments. And if you'd like more reflections like this, subscribe to Soul Reflections so we can continue creating videos just like this one. Bridge 2, trusting the transitional space. If you chose Bridge 2, your subconscious is highlighting the importance of trust during uncertainty. In Jungian psychology, the space between identities is often the most uncomfortable, but it's also the most powerful. You may feel like you no longer fully belong to your old life, yet haven't quite arrived in the new one. This in-between phase can feel unstable, but it's actually where deep psychological restructuring happens. The bridge becomes stable when you stop rushing the transition. Growth isn't meant to be forced. It unfolds when you allow yourself to be present with not knowing. Your psyche is reorganizing itself behind the scenes. To strengthen this bridge, practice patience with yourself. You don't need all the answers yet. You just need self-trust. Ask yourself, can I stay grounded even while I'm still becoming? When you trust the process instead of resisting it, the bridge holds. If this message resonates, share it below. And subscribe to Soul Reflections to support more content like this. Bridge 3, confronting the inner resistance. If you chose Bridge 3, Your subconscious is revealing that resistance, not fear, is what's destabilizing the bridge. Jung believed that what we resist in ourselves doesn't disappear, it intensifies. You may consciously want growth, but subconsciously fear the responsibility, visibility, or vulnerability that comes with becoming more fully yourself. This bridge stabilizes when you turn toward the parts of you that feel hesitant, protective, or unsure. These inner voices aren't enemies, they're signals. When acknowledged, they soften. To strengthen this bridge, ask, what part of me feels threatened by change, and what does it need to feel safe? Growth becomes stable when you stop overpowering your inner world and start listening to it. If this message resonates, let me know. And subscribe to Soul Reflections to help us continue offering insights like this. Bridge 4, embodying the future self now. If you chose Bridge 4, your subconscious is guiding you toward embodiment. Jung taught that transformation happens when the psyche aligns with action. You may clearly envision who you're becoming, but still be waiting for permission, certainty, or external validation before fully stepping into that identity. This bridge stabilizes when you begin living in alignment with your future self before everything feels settled. Not by pretending, but by practicing. Small daily choices, boundaries, and self-respect anchor the bridge into reality. Ask yourself, what would the version of me I'm becoming choose today? When behavior aligns with identity, the bridge no longer feels fragile. It becomes grounded. If this message resonates, share it below. And subscribe to Soul Reflections so we can continue creating content that supports your growth.
You want to file free? Hit it.
TurboTax, free edition only, roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form, 1040 returns only. This is taxes.
I was involved in a car accident. I was scared, confused, not sure what to do. A friend of mine referred me to iaccidentlawyer.com. I made one phone call. They took care of everything for me.
Back to Soul Reflections. If you've been doing everything right, thinking positively, staying faithful, staying aware, and yet money still feels delayed, tight, or just out of reach, and this reading is for you. Today's message explores what you're being asked to stop worrying about, so that money can move towards you more naturally and with less resistance, not through force, not through hustle, but through a subtle psychological shift that changes how your inner world relates to safety, worth, control, and trust. This reading is not about manifesting faster. It's about removing the inattention that slows money down. This is not a prediction. This is a mirror. The way this reading works is inspired by Carl Jung's psychological theory, particularly the idea that the subconscious mind communicates through symbols long before the conscious mind understands the message. Jung believed that when you are drawn to an image without logical reasoning, it's because your unconscious mind already recognizes what that symbol represents internally. You are not choosing randomly. Your subconscious is choosing for you. In front of you are 4 hats, each symbolizing a different mindset, role, or internal identity you may be unconsciously carrying, one that quietly affects how money responds to you. One of these perspectives is asking to be released, softened, or redefined so that financial flow can return to balance. Without overthinking it, notice which hat you feel pulled toward. Pay attention to your first instinct. Your body knows before your mind does. Once you've chosen, stay with that hat to hear what your subconscious is revealing, what it's asking you to stop worrying about, and how that shift allows money to come more freely and with less strain. If this kind of psychological and spiritual depth resonates with you, make sure you subscribe to Soul Reflections. These videos are created to help you understand yourself at a deeper level so you can move through life and money with clarity instead of anxiety. Take a breath, trust your intuition, and choose your hat. Hat 1. The controller mindset. What to stop worrying about. How everything will work out. If you chose Hat 1, your subconscious is revealing a deep attachment to control. Not because you are rigid, but because at some point, control became your form of safety. In Jungian psychology, this reflects an ego structure that learned early on. If I don't manage everything, things fall apart. Over time, this belief becomes exhausting. Money, in particular, responds poorly to excessive control because financial flow requires adaptability, trust, and timing, not constant mental pressure. You may be overthinking money, tracking it too tightly, replaying decisions, or trying to anticipate every outcome. Ironically, this keeps your nervous system in a state of vigilance. And when the psyche is vigilant, it signals scarcity, even when resources are available. The universal truth here is this: what you grip tightly cannot move freely. The shift is not letting go completely, but loosening your grip. Begin by separating responsibility from obsession. You are allowed to plan without panicking. You are allowed to care without controlling. Each time you catch yourself mentally rehearsing worst-case scenarios, pause and ask, is this problem happening right now, or am I borrowing stress from the future? Money begins to move when your system feels safe enough to receive, not just manage. If this message resonates, let me know in the comments, and subscribe to Soul Reflections so we can continue creating videos just like this one. Hat 2. The self-sacrifice identity. What to stop worrying about. Everyone else's stability. If you chose Hat 2, your subconscious is showing a pattern of over-responsibility for others. Jung would describe this as an inflated caretaker archetype, where worth becomes tied to usefulness and rest feels undeserved. You may unconsciously believe that if you slow down, choose yourself, or earn more than others around you, something bad will happen: guilt, rejection, or imbalance. As a result, money struggles to stay with you. Not because you don't deserve it, but because part of you associates abundance with disconnection. The universal truth is this: you cannot abandon yourself without consequences. Financial flow stabilizes when your psyche believes it is safe to prioritize your own needs without punishment. That begins with redefining responsibility. Supporting others does not mean rescuing them. Loving others does not mean carrying their emotional or financial weight. A practical shift. Notice where you say yes out of obligation rather than alignment. Start practicing small, guilt-free boundaries. Each boundary reinforces a new internal message. I am allowed to thrive and still be a good person. Money responds to self-respect. When you stop worrying about holding everything together for everyone else, your own foundation strengthens. If this message resonates, share it below, and subscribe to Soul Reflections to support more content like this.
Can you please just hear me out?
No, all work management platforms are the same. They take forever to learn, and in the end, nobody uses them.
Monday.com is the one you'll actually love to use. It lets you set up your workflows yourself. No admin, no long approval process. You're in charge.
I don't have time to set up workflows.
That's fine. Monday also has a ton of templates you can choose from, so you can be up and running in no time.
It's both flexible and standardized. Sounds too good to be true.
You know that llamas are biologically incapable of lying.
How?
3. The fear of visibility. What to stop worrying about. Being seen, judged, or misunderstood. If you chose Hat 3, your subconscious is highlighting a fear of visibility. Jung believed that the shadow often contains not just what we hide in shame, but what we hide in fear of power. You may downplay your abilities, delay opportunities, or hesitate to fully step into your gifts because being seen feels risky. Visibility invites judgment, expectations, and responsibility. And part of you may still equate those with danger. But the universal truth is this: money flows toward clarity and presence. When you hide, minimize, or second-guess your value, you unintentionally signal uncertainty. The shift here is internal permission. You don't need to become louder, just more honest. Begin acknowledging your competence without apology. Practice owning your strengths in private first. Let your nervous system acclimate to the idea that visibility does not equal threat. Ask yourself, what part of me am I protecting by staying small? As you integrate that part instead of suppressing it, confidence becomes embodied, not forced, and money responds to embodiment. If this message resonates, let me know. And subscribe to Soul Reflections so we can continue sharing insights like this. Hat 4. The Waiting for Certainty Mindset. What to stop worrying about: being ready. If you chose Hat 4, your subconscious is revealing a pattern of postponement. Not from laziness, but from a belief that clarity must come before action. Jung taught that the psyche evolves through experience, not perfect understanding. Waiting to feel fully ready often keeps people trapped in potential rather than progress. Money, like growth, responds to movement, not perfection. The universal truth is this: clarity follows commitment, not the other way around. You may be waiting for confidence, the right timing, or external validation before moving forward. But readiness is built through engagement. Each small step signals to your subconscious that you trust yourself enough to proceed. The practical shift: act from enough instead of certainty. Choose one aligned action you can take now without over-preparing. Let learning happen through motion. When you stop worrying about being fully ready, momentum replaces hesitation, and momentum attracts opportunity. If this message resonates, share it below, and subscribe to Soul Reflections to help us continue creating videos just like this one. Welcome to Soul Reflections. This space is inspired by Carl Jung's psychology and the understanding that the people we're drawn to are never random. They are reflections of the soul. Here we don't predict the future. We don't tell you who you should be. Instead, we explore how symbols, attraction, and intuition speak directly to the subconscious, revealing truths that already exist within you. According to Jung, attraction is not just preference, it's communication. The psyche uses people as mirrors, drawing us towards certain personalities to reveal what is developing, healing, or asking to be integrated within us. So the personality you feel drawn to today isn't about them. It's about you. It reflects an inner shift, something your subconscious is ready to understand, embody, or reclaim. There is no right or wrong choice here. Your mind doesn't choose. Your subconscious does. Take a moment. Breathe deeply. Let your body settle. Don't analyze. Don't compare. Just notice what draws you in first. Trust that pull. Choose the person that immediately stands out to you. I'll give you a moment. Gentleman 1, the grounded, warm, present personality. If you are drawn to this person, you attract individuals who feel safe, emotionally available, and quietly strong. According to Jung, this reflects an inner state where your psyche is seeking stability and embodiment. You attract this personality because, consciously or unconsciously, you are learning how to land in yourself. You may have spent much of your life in survival mode, thinking ahead, overanalyzing, or living in your head. This attraction signals a shift. Your nervous system wants rest, rhythm, and consistency. Jung taught that what we attract mirrors what is emerging within us, not just what we already possess. This personality appears when your subconscious is integrating the self archetype, the part of you that no longer needs chaos to feel alive. The lesson here is simple but powerful. Slow down your body and your life reorganizes. When you regulate your breath, posture, sleep, and daily routines, your outer world follows. Stability is not boring, it is fertile. If you often attract calm people, it's because your soul is learning that peace is not earned through struggle. It's accessed through presence. Ask yourself, where can I soften instead of push? Where can I choose consistency over intensity? This personality enters your life to show you that safety is a frequency, and you are learning how to hold it. If this message resonates, comment below and let us know. Subscribe to help us continue putting out videos just like this one. Gentleman 2, the ambitious, focused, leader-type personality. If this person stood out to you, you attract driven, high-functioning individuals who value direction, purpose, and mastery. Jung would say this reflects an activation of the hero and authority archetypes within your psyche. You attract this personality because part of you is stepping into self-responsibility. You may admire their discipline, confidence, or decisiveness because your subconscious knows you are capable of the same, but may not fully claim it yet. Often, people who attract leaders have spent years minimizing themselves, adapting, or carrying others emotionally. The psyche compensates by drawing in someone who acts where you hesitate. This is not about dependency, it's about integration. The message is not become like them, but rather own your own authority. Jung warned that when we disown power, we project it. This attraction asks you to reclaim your voice, boundaries, and direction. The moment you begin setting daily goals, honoring your word to yourself, and moving your body with intention, you stop outsourcing power. This personality shows up when your soul is ready to lead its own life. Ask yourself, where am I waiting for permission? Where can I act decisively instead of perfectly? Your attraction reveals your next level of self-respect. If this resonates, comment below and tell us. Subscribe to help us continue putting out videos just like this one. Gentleman 3, the intense, magnetic, emotionally complex personality. If you chose this person, you attract depth, passion, mystery. Jung would say this reflects the activation of the shadow and animus archetypes, the parts of the psyche that hold suppressed emotion, desire, and truth. You attract this personality because you are not meant for surface-level living. You feel deeply even when you hide it well. This attraction mirrors an inner call to feel without fear. Often, those who attract intense personalities have learned to suppress their own needs or emotions to maintain control. The psyche responds by pulling in someone who lives openly in their intensity, sometimes beautifully, sometimes chaotically. The lesson here is integration, not avoidance. Jung taught that what we reject in ourselves appears as fate. This personality asks you to stop repressing your truth. Speak sooner, feel fully. Set boundaries without guilt. When you channel emotion into the body, through movement, breath, creativity, or honest conversation, it no longer spills out as drama or pain. This attraction is not about suffering, it's about aliveness. Ask yourself, what truth am I afraid to express? What emotion wants space in my body? Your magnetism increases when you honor your inner fire instead of fearing it. If this message resonates, comment below. Subscribe to help us continue putting out videos just like this one. Gentleman 4, the playful, free-spirited, youthful personality. If this person caught your attention, you attract lightness, curiosity, and joy. Jung would associate this with the child and trickster archetypes, symbols of renewal, creativity, and freedom. You attract this personality because part of you is healing from seriousness. You may have carried responsibility early in life, becoming the strong one too soon. Your psyche now seeks balance. This attraction appears when the soul wants permission to enjoy life again. The subconscious chooses symbols that restore wholeness. This personality reminds you that growth doesn't have to hurt. Pleasure, laughter, and spontaneity are not distractions. They are regulators of the nervous system. Jung believed the child archetype appears when the psyche is preparing for rebirth. This is not regression, it's renewal. The lesson is embodiment through joy. Move your body in ways that feel good. Spend time in sunlight, play, create without outcome. These are not small things, they are transformative. Ask yourself, where can I choose delight without justification? Where can I let life be lighter? You attract this personality because your soul is remembering how to live. If this resonates, let us know in the comments. Subscribe to help us continue putting out videos just like this one. Welcome to Soul Reflections. This space is inspired by Carl Jung's psychology and the understanding that every shift we experience on the outside begins as a movement within the soul. Here we don't predict the future or tell you who you're supposed to be. Instead, we explore how symbols speak directly to the subconscious, revealing insight, awareness, and truth that already exist within you. Today's message is about the one physical shift your inner world is ready for. The kind of change that doesn't take months or years, but begins to reorganize your energy, confidence, and self-perception within the next 7 days. According to Jung, the things we're drawn to are never random. They're guided by the collective unconscious, the deeper part of the mind that knows what we need before the conscious mind catches up. So the woman you're drawn to isn't a coincidence. She represents the physical expression of something your psyche is ready to embody, integrate, or upgrade right now. This isn't about perfection. It isn't about becoming someone else. It's about aligning your outer world with who you already are becoming and removing the one physical block that's been quietly holding you back. This isn't just a message. It's an opening at your doorway, because the change you're seeking doesn't come from force but from alignment. There's no right or wrong choice. Trust what stands out to you first. Take a moment. Breathe deeply. Don't overthink it. Just allow. Choose the woman that immediately caught your attention. I'll give you a second. Row 1, the shift into embodied confidence. The physical shift that changes everything for you in the next 7 days is how you carry yourself. When no one is watching, Carl Jung believed the body expresses the psyche before the mind is aware of it. Right now, your body has learned to stay small, not because you lack confidence, but because at some point it felt safer not to take up space. Currently, your shoulders may be slightly forward, chin lowered, breath held just enough to stay alert. In Jungian terms, this is the persona adapting to survive, but it's no longer who you are. The shift you need to make is simple but profound. Upright presence. For the next 7 days, your practice is this. Stand fully in your body, spine long, chest open without force, feet grounded. Let your posture say, I am allowed to be here. This isn't about arrogance. It's about integration. When your body signals self-trust, your mind follows. Opportunities respond differently. People feel it. You feel it. Confidence isn't built by affirmations, it's built by alignment. Row 1, your step-by-step. Day plan for embodied confidence is upright presence and taking up space. The core shift here is posture and physical self-permission. Daily non-negotiable, 5 to 10 minutes. Stand tall with feet grounded. Roll shoulders back gently. Lift your chest slightly. Let your breath drop into your belly. Day by day focus. Day 1, awareness. Notice when you collapse or shrink. Day 2, correct posture every time you walk into a room. Day 3, make eye contact when speaking. Day 4, slow your walking pace. Day 5, sit upright during meals. Day 6, stretch chest, neck, and shoulders. Day 7, review how people responded differently to you. Why it works. The body signals authority before the mind believes it. Upright posture activates self-trust in the unconscious. If this message resonates, subscribe to Soul Reflections to help us continue creating videos just like this one. Row 2, the shift into nervous system safety. The one physical shift that changes everything for you in 7 days is learning to relax, without guilt. Jung taught that what we repress doesn't disappear. It shows up in the body, tightness, fatigue, overthinking. Your body has been living in a subtle state of vigilance, always scanning, always preparing. Your psyche is wise, but your body hasn't yet learned that it's safe to rest. The shift is intentional physical regulation. For the next 7 days, prioritize slow breathing, longer exhales, gentle movement, and deep rest. Not as escape, but as reprogramming. When your nervous system calms, clarity replaces anxiety. Decisions become easier. Energy returns. You don't need to push harder. You need to signal safety. When the body feels safe, the unconscious releases new possibilities. Row 2, your step-by-step, 7-day plan for nervous system safety is relaxation without guilt. The core shift you need to make is breathing and regulation, daily non-negotiable, 10 minutes. Take inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat slowly, day by day focus. Day 1, notice tension without fixing it. Day 2, breathe before checking your phone. Day 3, take a 10-minute slow walk. Day 4, stretch gently before bed. Day 5, eat one meal slowly. Day 6, take a warm shower mindfully. Day 7, rest without explaining yourself. Why it works. When the body feels safe, the unconscious releases fear-based patterns and allows expansion. If this message resonates, subscribe to Soul Reflections so we can continue offering this depth and guidance. Row 3. The shift into disciplined self-respect. The physical shift that changes everything for you in 7 days is keeping one small promise to your body daily. Jung believed transformation occurs through conscious repetition. Right now, your psyche wants structure, not pressure. Your body wants to trust you again. Choose one physical commitment. Hydration, walking, stretching, nourishment, sleep, and honor it every day for 7 days. Not perfectly, consistently. Each time you follow through, your unconscious registers safety and self-respect. Confidence grows. Momentum builds. Motivation returns, not forced, but earned. This is how identity changes, not through big declarations, but through kept promises. You don't need more discipline. You need integrity with yourself. Row 3, your step-by-step 7. Day plan for disciplined self-respect is integrity with the body. The core shift you need to make is 1 kept physical promise. Choose one habit only. Hydration, walking, stretching, sleep, or nourishment. Day-by-day focus. Day 1, choose your promise. Day 2, complete it no matter how small. Day 3, notice pride instead of pressure. Day 4, repeat without negotiation. Day 5, acknowledge trust building. Day 6, strengthen commitment. Day 7, reflect on confidence gained. Why it works. Identity shifts through repetition. The psyche believes what the body consistently proves. If this message resonates, subscribe to Soul Reflections to support content that helps you embody real change. Row 4, the shift into sensual aliveness. The one physical shift that changes everything for you in 7 days is reconnecting to physical pleasure. Without justification, Jung understood that when pleasure is repressed, life loses color. Your body has been functioning, not feeling. The shift is to reawaken sensation, warm showers, slow movement, textures, music, stretching, touch, not indulgence, presence. Pleasure grounds you in the present moment, and presence is where transformation happens. When your body remembers joy, your psyche remembers possibility. You don't need to earn pleasure. You need to allow it. Go for your step-by-step 7-day. Plan for sensual aliveness is reawakening pleasure and presence. The core shift you need to make is sensory engagement. Daily non-negotiable, 10-15 minutes. Choose one sensory pleasure per day. Day-by-day focus. Day 1, warm shower or bath. Day 2, soft clothing or textures. Day 3, music plus movement. Day 4, stretching slowly. Day 5, enjoy food mindfully. Day 6, sunlight or fresh air. Day 7, reflect on joy felt, why it works. Pleasure reconnects the psyche to life force. Presence dissolves stagnation. If this message resonates, subscribe to Soul Reflections so we can continue creating content that reconnects you to yourself. Your subconscious decides your income before you do. Welcome back to Soul Reflections. This message is for those who feel like money should be flowing more easily by now. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because something subtle is happening beneath the surface. Today's message explores the hidden money opportunities you may be missing subconsciously, not due to lack of effort, intelligence, or worth, but because the subconscious mind often prioritizes safety over abundance. According to Carl Jung's psychological theory, the subconscious communicates through symbols long before logic catches up. What you're drawn to reveals what your inner world is already responding to, even if you haven't named it yet. This is not a prediction. This is not fortune-telling. This is awareness. Money does not only respond to strategy. It responds to identity, belief, nervous system regulation, and unconscious patterns formed long before we realized they were there. In front of you are 4 stacks of money. Each one represents a different subconscious pattern. that can either block or unlock financial opportunity. You're not choosing randomly. Your subconscious already knows where opportunity is waiting and what belief must shift for it to arrive. Without overthinking it, allow your attention to settle naturally. Notice which stack feels heavier, brighter, or more magnetic to you. There is no right or wrong choice, only recognition. Take a breath. Let your body decide before your mind interferes. Choose the stack that draws you in, and stay with that message to discover the hidden opportunity your subconscious is ready to activate. If this kind of psychological and spiritual depth resonates with you, make sure you subscribe to Soul Reflections. These messages are designed to help you understand yourself, so money becomes something you collaborate with, not chase. When you're ready, choose your stack. Stack 1. The missed opportunity of structure. If you chose this stack, your subconscious is revealing something important. Money is trying to reach you through structure, but your psyche has learned to associate structure with restriction instead of freedom. From a Jungian perspective, this reflects a tension between the ego, who wants control and certainty, and the shadow, who fears being trapped, limited, or overwhelmed by responsibility. Somewhere in your past, stability became emotionally coded as pressure, obligation, or loss of self. So even when opportunities arise that require consistency, planning, or discipline, part of you unconsciously resists. This doesn't mean you lack discipline. It means your nervous system learned that structure equals stress. The hidden opportunity here is learning to redefine structure as self-respect. Money flows more easily when your inner world feels safe enough to hold it. Right now, wealth is asking you to create containers, budgets, routines, timelines, systems, not as punishment, but as protection. When you wake up at the same time each day, when you track instead of avoid, when you choose order without perfection, your psyche begins to trust you. The shift is subtle but powerful. Structure doesn't cage you. It frees your creative energy. Once your unconscious realizes that consistency creates safety, opportunities that once felt heavy will feel supportive instead. Row 1, structure as safety, and creating order without self-punishment. Here's a 7-day personalized practice. Goal: teach your subconscious that structure is supportive, not restrictive. Day 1. Write down all sources of income and expenses without judgment. Awareness builds safety. Day 2. Choose one simple daily money habit: tracking, saving, invoicing. Keep it small. Day 3. Create a gentle routine around money. Same time each day, 10 minutes only. Day 4. Declutter one financial space: wallet, app, email, desk. Order calms the psyche. Day 5. Set one clear boundary around money. Say no, stop overgiving, pause spending. Day 6. Review what's working, not what's lacking. Day 7. Reflect. How did consistency change my stress level? Your key reframe: structure is not control, it's self-trust made visible. Daily morning meditation verse: let all things be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians 14:40. Sit quietly each morning and repeat, order creates peace, peace attracts provision. If this message resonates, does it help you understand the hidden money opportunity you've been missing subconsciously? If so, subscribe to support the channel and help us continue creating videos just like this one. Stack 2, the missed opportunity of receiving. If this stack drew you in, your subconscious is pointing toward a deeply ingrained belief. You are far better at earning than receiving. Jung would describe this as an imbalance between the persona, the capable, responsible self you show the world, and the inner child, the part of you that learned love must be earned. You may unconsciously associate money with effort, struggle, or proving your worth, which means opportunities that come easily can feel suspicious, undeserved, or temporary. This is not laziness. This is conditioning. You may turn down help, underprice yourself, overgive before allowing yourself to receive. The hidden money opportunity here is allowing support without guilt. Wealth is not only created through action, it is sustained through openness. When you block receiving, you unintentionally block expansion. Your subconscious is asking you to practice a new truth. You don't need to suffer to be worthy. Ease is not a trap. Support is not weakness. Try this for 7 days. Say yes when help is offered. Charge what reflects your value. Pause before over-explaining or over-giving. Money responds when your nervous system learns it's safe to receive, without earning pain first. Row 2, receiving without guilt, and allowing money to come without suffering first. Here's a 7-day personalized practice. Goal: rewire the belief that money must be earned through struggle. Day 1. Notice where you reject help or minimize your needs. Just observe. Day 2. Say yes to one form of support, complement, assistance, opportunity. Day 3. Raise one price, ask for fair pay, or stop undercharging. Day 4. Practice receiving without explanation or justification. Day 5. Give only from overflow, not obligation. Day 6. Write a list of ways money already supports you. Day 7. Rest intentionally without guilt. Your key reframe: receiving is a spiritual act, not a moral failure. Daily morning meditation verse: open your mouth wide and I will fill it. Psalm 81:10. Repeat slowly: I am allowed to receive without proving my worth. If this message resonates, does it reveal the hidden money opportunity you've been missing subconsciously? Subscribe to help us continue releasing videos like this one. Stack 3, the missed opportunity of trust. If you chose this stack, your unconscious is highlighting a subtle but powerful block. You trust your intuition, but not your timing. From a Jungian lens, this reflects an unresolved relationship between the self, your deeper knowing, and the ego's fear of uncertainty. You may receive intuitive ideas, flashes of inspiration, or creative urges, but hesitate to act because you fear being wrong, premature, or unsupported. So the opportunity doesn't disappear, it just waits. The hidden opportunity here is learning to act before certainty arrives. Money often follows aligned movement, not perfect clarity. When intuition speaks, it does so quietly, and delays cause doubt to replace direction. Your psyche isn't asking you to leap blindly. It's asking you to take small embodied action before fear rewrites the message. Send the email, post the idea, apply before you feel ready. Trust grows through motion. When you honor intuition with action, the unconscious aligns with confidence, and money flows toward clarity. Row 3, trusting intuitive action and acting before certainty arrives. Here's a 7-day personalized practice. Goal: strengthen trust between intuition and action. Day 1. Write down intuitive nudges you've ignored. Day 2. Take one small action on an idea without overthinking. Day 3. Move before you feel ready, gently. Day 4. Release perfection, share, apply, or start imperfectly. Day 5. Notice how action quiets fear. Day 6. Follow intuition once more, even if it feels illogical. Day 7. Reflect on momentum created through trust. Your key reframe: clarity follows movement, not the other way around. Daily morning meditation verse: trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. Affirm daily: I move when guided, not when certain. If this resonates, does it clarify the hidden money opportunity you've been missing subconsciously? Subscribe to support more content like this. Stack 4. The missed opportunity of self-permission. If this stack stood out to you, your subconscious is revealing a core truth. You are waiting for permission that will never come. Jung would say this is the moment where the shadow self holds unrealized power. You may have internalized beliefs about staying humble, not outshining others, or not wanting too much. As a result, you unconsciously cap your expansion. Not because you lack ambition, but because you fear what visibility might cost you. The hidden opportunity is self-authorization. Money responds to ownership, to decisiveness, to choosing yourself without apology. This doesn't mean becoming aggressive or selfish. It means no longer shrinking your desires to stay emotionally safe. When you claim your right to expand, others adjust. When you stop waiting, doors open. The moment you internally decide I'm allowed, the psyche aligns, and opportunity follows. Row 4, self-permission to expand, and ending self-limitation and invisible ceilings. Here's a 7-day personalized practice. Goal: give yourself permission to want more without shame. Day 1, write what you secretly desire financially, don't edit. Day 2, notice where you shrink to stay accepted. Day 3, speak one desire out loud, even if it scares you. Day 4, take one bold step aligned with expansion. Day 5, stop explaining your goals to those who don't support them. Day 6, practice visibility. Be seen without apology. Day 7. Claim your identity as someone who expands naturally. Your key reframe. Permission precedes provision. Daily morning meditation verse. You shall remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you power to get wealth. Deuteronomy 8:18. Repeat with intention. I'm allowed to expand. Expansion is divinely supported. If this message resonates, does it help you see the hidden money opportunity you've been missing subconsciously? Subscribe to help us continue creating videos just like this one.
These days, work moves fast. That's where Grammarly comes in. With an AI chat that helps take you from draft to delivery. With Grammarly's expert review, you can receive instant feedback inspired by real experts. Inspire action.
Is grounded in Carl Jung's psychology and the understanding that our outer relationships are mirrors of our inner state. Here we don't predict the future or tell you who you should date. Instead, we explore how your current energy, your emotional patterns, beliefs, and unconscious habits shapes the type of relationship you naturally attract. Jung taught that we don't fall into relationships by accident. We are drawn to people who reflect unresolved parts of ourselves, emerging strengths or lessons our psyche is ready to integrate. Attraction is the subconscious communicating through symbols. So the couple you're about to choose isn't random. It represents the relational dynamic. Your inner world is most aligned with right. Now the kind of love, challenge, safety, passion, or growth your energy is broadcasting. This message isn't about judgment. It's about awareness, and awareness is power. There is no right or wrong choice. Trust what stands out to you first, before logic steps in. Take a slow breath. Let your mind soften. Don't analyze, just notice. Choose the relationship that immediately draws your attention. I'll give you a moment. This is the relationship your current energy is attracting. If you chose this relationship, your current energy is centered around stability, containment, and earned trust. This suggests your psyche has moved out of chaos and into a phase Jung would call ego consolidation, where the nervous system is no longer seeking intensity for validation, but coherence for safety. You are attracting a relationship that feels calm, grounded, and quietly powerful. Not because it's boring, but because your subconscious no longer equates love with emotional volatility. You are ready for consistency without losing depth. This kind of connection forms when someone has done enough inner work to recognize that peace is not the absence of passion, but the presence of regulation. If you start dating now, you are likely to draw in someone emotionally mature, reliable and steady, someone who values routine, presence, and mutual respect. This relationship grows slowly, but its strength compounds over time. Jung believed that when we stop projecting our unmet needs, we attract partners who meet us as equals rather than saviors or adversaries. The work here is to allow this calm without sabotaging it. Your psyche may still carry old imprints that associate love with urgency. The integration comes from letting yourself receive safety without questioning it. If this message resonates, like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. This is the relationship your current energy is attracting me. If this relationship stood out to you, your current energy is deeply magnetic, expressive, and self-aware. This reflects a psyche that has integrated confidence with vulnerability, what Jung referred to as a balanced anima-animus exchange. You are attracting a relationship fueled by mutual admiration, passion, and visibility. This is the kind of dynamic where both partners inspire each other to expand, create, and step fully into their identity. You are no longer shrinking to be chosen. You are being seen because you are fully present in yourself. If you begin dating now, you're likely to attract someone confident, charismatic, and emotionally attuned, someone who meets your intensity rather than being overwhelmed by it. This relationship thrives on communication, shared vision, and emotional honesty. The shadow work here is not confusing chemistry with compatibility. Jung warned that unexamined attraction can become projection. The growth opportunity is staying rooted in discernment while enjoying the spark. This relationship mirrors your readiness to be both desired and respected, no longer one at the expense of the other. If this message resonates, like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. This is the relationship your current energy is attracting. If this relationship drew you in, your current energy is introspective, sensitive, and emotionally porous. This indicates a psyche in the midst of transformation, where old identities are dissolving, but new ones are still forming. You are attracting a relationship that feels emotionally deep, intimate, and psychologically intense. This partner is likely reflective, perceptive, and capable of meeting you in vulnerability. Jung would describe this as a phase where the unconscious is asking to be witnessed. If you start dating now, you may attract someone who activates your inner world, someone who brings profound emotional closeness, but also mirrors unresolved wounds. This is not punishment. It is invitation. The psyche attracts what it is ready to integrate. The work here is boundaries. Depth without structure can become emotional enmeshment. Growth comes from honoring your sensitivity while protecting your energy. This relationship has the potential to be healing if approached, consciously, and overwhelming if not. Awareness is the difference. If this message resonates, like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. This is the relationship your current energy is attracting. If you chose this relationship, your current energy is playful, embodied, and present-focused. This suggests your psyche has released heavy self-analysis and entered a phase of reconnection with joy. You are attracting a relationship built on laughter, shared experiences, and emotional lightness. This doesn't mean shallow, it means you are learning that love does not always need to be hard to be real. Jung believed individuation included reclaiming spontaneity, not just insight. If you begin dating now, you're likely to attract someone fun, expressive, and emotionally available in the moment. This relationship helps you reconnect with pleasure, embodiment, and relational ease. The shadow here is avoidance of depth. The integration comes from allowing joy and vulnerability to coexist. This relationship reflects your readiness to live, not just heal. If this message resonates, like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Choose a home from the options in front of you. Each home is a window into your inner world. In Carl Jung's psychology, a house symbolizes the psyche, your inner mind and emotions. The home you're drawn to will reveal aspects of what's going on inside you right now. Let's dive in and discover what your choice says about you. Message 1. The structured, traditional home. Psychological theme: stability, order, grounded identity. If you chose this home, your psyche is prioritizing predictability and safety. In Jungian terms, this reflects a strong ego structure, the part of the mind that organizes reality, routines, and responsibility. This often emerges after instability. The psyche compensates by seeking order. From a neuroscience perspective, this choice aligns with a nervous system that has spent time in threat or uncertainty. When the brain experiences prolonged stress, the amygdala becomes hypervigilant. The mind then gravitates towards structure, because predictability calms the nervous system. Structure lowers cognitive load. It reduces decision fatigue and stabilizes dopamine release by creating reliable reward loops. This is why routines feel soothing right now. This message isn't saying you're rigid. It's saying your brain is rebuilding trust in consistency. The growth edge here is flexibility. Once safety is restored, the psyche naturally seeks expansion again. Awareness turns stability into strength, not stagnation. Does this message resonate with you? Like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Message 2. The modern, open home. Psychological theme: expansion, future orientation, autonomy. If you chose this home, your psyche is oriented toward possibility and forward momentum. In Jungian psychology, This reflects a dominant conscious attitude, a strong identification with growth, progress, and self-definition. You are future-focused, often living a few steps ahead of the present moment. Neuroscience explains this through dopamine-driven motivation. Open spaces, novelty, and minimalism activate the brain's reward system, reinforcing exploration and goal pursuit. However, highly future-oriented brains can sometimes suppress emotional processing. When the prefrontal cortex leads too strongly, the limbic system may not fully discharge stored emotions. This doesn't mean you're disconnected. It means your mind has learned that movement feels safer than stillness. The integration here is embodiment, allowing pauses, sensations, and emotional presence without losing momentum. Growth doesn't require speed. It requires integration. Does this message resonate with you? Like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Message 3: The Cabin, Secluded Home. Psychological theme: restoration, authenticity, inner repair. If you chose this home, your psyche is asking for nervous system recovery. Jung would describe this as a movement toward the self, the deeper, organizing center beyond ego roles. This often arises when external expectations have overridden internal truth. From a neuroscience standpoint, solitude reduces sensory input and allows the nervous system to exit. Chronic sympathetic activation, fight or flight. Quiet environments increase parasympathetic tone, supporting healing, digestion, emotional regulation, and insight. This choice often appears after burnout, emotional overload, or relational fatigue. The brain is seeking conditions where it can safely process unresolved material. Isolation here is not avoidance. It's recalibration. The growth edge is reintegration. Solitude restores clarity, so connection can later occur without self-abandonment. Stillness is not stagnation. It is preparation. Does this message resonate with you? Like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Message 4: The Cozy Storybook Home. Psychological theme: emotional safety, inner child integration. If you chose this home, your psyche is prioritizing emotional warmth and belonging. In Jungian terms, this reflects the child archetype, the part of the psyche connected to vulnerability, imagination, and emotional truth. This archetype surfaces when unmet emotional needs are ready to be acknowledged. Behavioral neuroscience shows that environments associated with warmth and familiarity activate oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This calms the stress response and reinforces feelings of safety and connection. This choice often appears when someone has been emotionally self-reliant for too long. The nervous system is asking for softness, not weakness, but regulation through connection. The integration here is boundaries. Emotional openness paired with discernment creates secure attachment rather than emotional overgiving. Safety is not something you find. It's something you learn to generate. Does this message resonate with you? Like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one.
TurboTax locations are now open in your neighborhood. So, hand off your taxes to an expert today. Now local experts do your taxes with 100% accuracy.
Me being a soldier, I know my daughters look up to me as a hero, and what I'm trying to do is provide them the blueprint. And I want to try to put them in the same situation where they can continue to be the best versions of themselves. Start your comeback today at PurdueGlobal.edu.
This space is inspired by Carl Jung's psychology and the idea that every choice we make is a reflection of the soul. Here we don't predict the future or tell you who you're supposed to be. Instead, we explore how symbols speak to the subconscious, revealing insight, awareness, and truth already within you. The siren you're drawn to isn't random. It reflects what your inner world is ready to understand, heal, or awaken. Take a breath, trust what stands out to you, and allow this reflection to meet you exactly where you are. Each siren represents the hidden truth that already exists within you, and the message you'll hear is meant to bring awareness to what your soul is ready to unlock right now. There's no right or wrong choice. Trust the one that stands out. To you first, your choice is a reflection, and sometimes reflection is exactly what we need to grow. Now take a second and I'll give you some time to choose. Message 1. The inner siren of emotional presence. A siren is not just a mythical figure in psychology. She represents magnetic emotional awareness, instinctive intuition, and authentic expression of the self. She draws people in not through performance or perfection, but through energy that feels real, emotionally intelligent and deeply resonant. The inner siren is the part of you that feels before it thinks, that draws connection without force, and that creates depth rather than surface attraction. Right now, you may already be operating partially in this energy, especially in relationships or spaces where you feel safe enough to be vulnerable. But if you've learned to wear armor or silence parts of your feeling self to fit in or avoid conflict, your siren may be muted. When your inner siren is underused, people might notice you. But they don't feel you, they notice your exterior before they sense your interior. Carl Jung taught us that the unconscious holds the keys to the parts of ourselves we deny or suppress. When you're drawn to a symbol, an image, or a story that feels deep or meaningful, it's often the siren speaking to you, a reminder that true connection comes from emotional honesty, not performance. Tapping into your inner siren starts with emotional presence. Notice how you feel before you edit yourself. Sit with your emotional reactions instead of suppressing them. Speak from your heart rather than your head. Allow your sensitivity to be a strength, not a flaw. When you embody this energy fully, people don't just see you, they feel you. Conversations become more honest. Relationships become richer, and your presence is valued beyond superficial charm. The benefit of living in siren energy isn't just attraction, it's transformation. You create deeper intimacy, stronger self-awareness, and a sense of inner peace that comes from expressing your truth. Your siren is already inside you. It asks only that you stop dimming, stop editing, and start feeling, because what you feel is the language of your soul. Message 2. The inner siren of intuition and authentic magnetism. The inner siren is not a costume. It is a deep psychological archetype, rooted in intuition, embodiment, and magnetic self-knowledge. In myth, sirens lure with irresistible song. In the human psyche, the siren draws through authentic resonance and inner, knowing that bypasses the brain and speaks directly to others' subconscious. This is not ego charm, but soulful attraction. Many women have learned to replace authenticity with likability. You may smile, adapt, or tone yourself down to be acceptable. That suppresses your siren. Jung called this the persona, the mask we wear to fit expectations. Meanwhile, the siren lives in the unconscious, whispering through dreams, symbols, and that voice inside that says, "Be real."
Are you guys here for the halftime show?
Oh, no. We're here to help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
So that's why the emu is here?
Yes. And the emu has a name. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is one of the biggest ideas we've ever had to pull off.
I tweeted out that I've been sitting on this idea for a commercial. And Mark, the founder of Salesforce, responded. It wasn't really supposed to be a thing, but here we are.
We got to put together a massive social media campaign in addition to a massive production campaign. You can't be executing at this type of scale, at this type of speed without the right tools.
I couldn't fathom working on this commercial without Slack.
This is a culmination of everything we do great at Nice.
This commercial is going to be amazing.
Are you operating in this energy right now? If you attract people based on what you do rather than who you truly are, your siren is not yet awakened. If you find yourself performing or pleasing to be liked, then the energy you're projecting is constructed, not magnetic. To tap into your siren, notice your impulses before you judge them. Speak truths even when they're uncomfortable. Embrace your emotional depths without hiding them. Allow mystery, not manipulation, to be part of your expression. When your siren stirs, you become less predictable and more compelling. People feel drawn to you because they sense there's more beneath the surface, something unique, something real, something alive. The benefit of this energy is not just attention, it's influence without forcing, connection without strategy, and relationships that flow because you're present, not performative. Your inner siren is not a facade. She is your authentic core, speaking without apology. Message 3. The inner siren of somatic wisdom and emotional depth. The inner siren archetype is not about seduction in the cliché sense. She is the embodiment of your unconscious life. Force the part of you that knows before your mind does. Carl Jung described the unconscious as a reservoir of wisdom, power, and instinct. The siren is one of its voices, the one that speaks through sensation, attraction, and intuitive pull. A woman with siren energy feels things deeply. You notice nuance. You sense emotional undertones in others before they are spoken. Instead of reacting, you absorb, and from that space comes your unique power. But many women disconnect from this part of themselves because intense feeling is often labeled as too much or emotional. So they intellectualize instead. This dims the siren. Signs your inner siren is asleep. You disconnect from your body in favor of logical thinking. You suppress your desires to avoid conflict. You attract people who misunderstand your depth. To awaken her, slow down and feel before you think. Notice sensations in your body during decisions. Allow emotional clarity to guide action. When you tap into this energy, your presence becomes felt, not just seen. People are drawn to you because you vibrate with what's real, not what's sanitized. This isn't about seduction. It's about embodied authenticity. The benefit: you form relationships that feel sincere, purposeful, and mutually nourishing. You become a force of emotional depth and stability, not chaos. Your siren is a guide, not a trap, a source of clarity, not confusion. You are not too much. You are real enough to be unforgettable. Message 4. The inner siren as a gateway to self-integration. In psychology, a siren symbolizes more than a lure. She represents the integration of the conscious and unconscious self, a harmony between inner truth and outer expression. Jung emphasized that self-realization occurs when we own parts of ourselves we've rejected. The siren is one of those parts. She is what remains when you strip away societal expectations and personal self-criticism. Many women know the siren only through longing or attraction, the sense that something powerful is just out of reach. This is because the siren lives in the unconscious as both a call and a mirror. She reflects the parts of you that you admire, fear, or deny. That's why people often feel drawn to symbolism: the heart, the moon, the ocean, before they understand why. These are siren energies speaking through symbols. Are you channeling this energy today? If you adapt yourself to others' expectations or hide parts of your personality to be accepted, the siren is partly dormant. She speaks in dreams, impulses, and attraction, but remains unexpressed. To fully embody her, practice these: radical honesty with yourself, acceptance of desire without shame, alignment between emotion, intuition, and action. The inner siren is not about being unrestrained, it is about being whole. When you claim her energy, you stop splitting yourself between what you feel and what you show. The world responds not to perfection, but to integrity. The benefit of this awakening is profound. You attract not what you want, but what matches your depth. You no longer chase validation, you emanate presence. You not only draw in meaningful connection, you become someone who sustains it. This is not a fantasy. This is psychological wholeness.
Life is more legal than you think, and LegalZoom is here to help. Whether it's registering a business, starting a will or trust, or staying on top of your business licenses. When you need a legal hand, turn to LegalZoom.
This space is inspired by Carl Jung's psychology and the idea that every choice we make is a reflection of the soul. Here we don't predict the future or tell you who you're supposed to be. Instead, we explore how symbols speak to the subconscious, revealing insight, awareness, and truth already within you. The weapon you're drawn to isn't random. It reflects what your inner world is ready to understand, heal, or awaken. Take a breath, trust what stands out to you, and allow this reflection to meet you exactly where you are. Each battle weapon represents the hidden truth that already exists within your soul, and the message you'll hear is meant to bring awareness to what your soul is ready to unlock right now. There's no right or wrong choice. Trust the one that stands out. To you first, your choice is a reflection, and sometimes reflection is exactly what we need to grow. Now take a second and I'll give you some time to choose. Weapon 1, the sword. The battle of truth versus illusion. Your soul is fighting a battle between clarity and self-deception. In Jungian psychology, this is the confrontation with the shadow. The parts of yourself you've learned to deny, repress, or rationalize away. The sword represents discernment, the ability to cut through illusion and face reality honestly, while your soul is in this state. From a neuroscience perspective, the brain is wired to avoid discomfort. The amygdala seeks safety, while the prefrontal cortex seeks truth. When these two are out of alignment, we cling to narratives that protect us emotionally, even when they limit us. Biblically, this mirrors the truth will set you free. John 8:32. Freedom comes after truth, not before it. The benefit of knowing this: once you recognize that your inner conflict is about truth, shame loosens its grip. Awareness restores agency. You stop fighting yourself and start fighting for yourself. How to fight this battle? Practice radical self-honesty without self-judgment. Notice where your reactions are defensive rather than reflective. Journal what you avoid thinking about and why. Signs you're already winning. You feel calmer telling the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. You no longer need others to validate what you already know. Your decisions feel cleaner, lighter, more aligned. The sword doesn't destroy, it reveals. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Weapon 2, the axe. The battle of attachment versus release. Your soul is fighting to let go of what once kept you safe, but now keeps you stuck. In Jungian terms, this is the collapse of outdated complexes, emotional patterns formed in childhood that no longer serve your adult self, while your soul is in this state. Behavioral neuroscience shows that the brain forms emotional bonds through repetition, not logic. Even pain can feel familiar, and familiarity feels safe. Biblically, this reflects you cannot pour new wine into old wineskins, Mark 2:22. Growth requires release. The benefit of knowing this: when you realize the battle is about attachment, not failure, you stop blaming yourself. You understand that resistance is not weakness, it's conditioning. How to fight this battle? Identify what you're holding on to out of fear, not love. Interrupt emotional loops by changing behavior before emotion. Grieve what you're releasing, honor it, don't suppress it. Signs you're already winning. You feel discomfort but not confusion. You're less reactive when things end or change. You're creating space without rushing to fill it. The axe isn't violent, it's liberating. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Weapon 3, the shield. The battle of boundaries versus self-betrayal. Your soul is learning how to protect itself without closing its heart. Jung would describe this as healing the persona, the mask worn to be accepted at the cost of authenticity, while your soul is in this state. Neuroscience shows that people-pleasing activates reward circuits tied to survival. Approval once meant safety. Biblically, above all else, guard your heart, Proverbs 4:23. The benefit of knowing this: you stop seeing boundaries as rejection and start seeing them as self-respect. How to fight this battle? Say no without explanation. Let others be uncomfortable without rescuing them. Separate compassion from responsibility. Signs you're already winning. Guilt no longer controls your decisions. You feel stronger after saying no, not weaker. Your energy is stable, not drained. The shield doesn't isolate, it preserves. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Weapon 4, the dagger. The battle of courage versus fear. This is the most intimate battle. The dagger represents confronting what you avoid internally: quiet fears, hidden grief, unspoken desires, while your soul is in this state. Fear lives in the nervous system. Avoidance strengthens it. Presence dissolves it. Biblically, God has not given us a spirit of fear, 2 Timothy 1:7. The benefit of knowing this: you stop running from yourself. Power returns the moment you stay. How to fight this battle? Sit with discomfort without distraction. Name the fear instead of suppressing it. Act gently but decisively anyway. Signs you're already winning. Fear no longer paralyzes you. You trust yourself under pressure. Reichtus. Peace replaces adrenaline. The dagger doesn't wound, it awakens. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one.
Taxes was feeling unwelcome. Now Taxes is an open door to new TurboTax stores. Meet our experts. They do your taxes, so you can walk out with confidence. Now this is Taxes.
So proud of you and everything that you've accomplished. I'm trying not to cry and it's not working. From here to the moon is only this far, but I love you all the way to the stars. Happy Valentine's Day.
I have some flowers for you to give to your loved one.
Oh, wow, this is amazing.
You can give it to the person that you made the message for. They can scan the QR code and listen to your message.
I'm gonna go give it to him right now.
Happy Valentine's Day. Love you so much.
This space is inspired by Carl Jung's psychology and the idea that every choice we make is a reflection of the soul. Here we don't predict the future or tell you who you're supposed to be. Instead, we explore how symbols speak to the subconscious, revealing insight, awareness, and truth already within you. The symbol you're drawn to isn't random. It reflects what your inner world is ready to understand, heal, or awaken. Take a breath, trust what stands out to you, and allow this reflection to meet you exactly where you are. Each symbol represents the hidden truth that already exists within you, and the message you'll hear is meant to bring awareness to what your soul is ready to unlock right now. There's no right or wrong choice, trust the one that stands out. To you first, your choice is a reflection. And sometimes, reflection is exactly what we need to grow. Now take a second and I'll give you some time to choose. Message 1: The aligned self. What does my best version look and feel like? If you were drawn to this symbol, your best version feels internally aligned. There is less mental noise, less emotional whiplash, and a deep sense of self-trust. Neuroscience shows that when a person's thoughts, emotions, and actions are congruent, the brain enters a state of coherence. This is when decision-making improves, anxiety lowers, and confidence stabilizes. Carl Jung called this state individuation, when the conscious and unconscious stop pulling in opposite directions. Biblically, this reflects a house divided against itself cannot stand. Under Mark 3:25, your best self is unified. What's been holding you back is inner contradiction. You've known what's right for you, but you've delayed acting on it, often to avoid conflict, loss, or discomfort. The nervous system interprets that hesitation as danger keeping you stuck in stress patterns. How to reach your best version. Begin acting in alignment, even when it's uncomfortable. Alignment precedes confidence, not the other way around. Small, consistent integrity rewires the brain faster than big declarations. Benefits: peace, decisiveness, emotional stability. Life feels simpler because you're no longer negotiating with yourself. Signs: you're already there. You trust your decisions. You feel calm after choosing, even if it's hard. You don't ruminate as much. How to maintain it: daily self-honesty. Scripture says, let your yes be yes. That's alignment. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Message 2: The regulated self. My best version feels safe inside my body. If you chose this symbol, your best version feels emotionally regulated. Behavioral neuroscience shows that growth cannot happen when the nervous system is stuck in fight or flight. Your best self is not reactive, it's responsive. Jung understood that unresolved emotion lives in the unconscious and hijacks behavior. Biblically, God is not a God of confusion, but of peace. 1 Corinthians 14:33. Peace is not avoidance, it's regulation. What's holding you back is chronic stress conditioning. You've been functioning in survival mode for so long that chaos feels normal. How to combat it: slow the body first. Breath, sleep, routine, and consistency come before motivation. Regulation is biological, not moral. Benefits: clarity, patience, emotional resilience. You stop overreacting and start responding. Signs you're already there. Faster emotional recovery. Less need to explain yourself. Calm in situations that once triggered you. How to maintain it. Protect your nervous system like Scripture says. Above all else, guard your heart. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one.
When it comes to my appearance, I believe in being transparent. I'm sharing with you my favorite aesthetic treatments that I incorporate as part of my routine. For the last 5 years, I have been seeing a doctor to get treated with Botox Cosmetic to temporarily improve.
Message 3: The conscious self. My best version is awake, not autopilot. This symbol reflects awareness. Your best self feels present. Neuroscience shows that awareness interrupts unconscious habit loops. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Biblically, this is be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. What's holding you back is unconscious repetition. Patterns learned early that you never questioned. How to reach your best version. Notice patterns without judgment. Awareness itself weakens them. Benefits: freedom of choice, clarity, self-mastery. Signs you're already there. You catch yourself mid-pattern. You pause before reacting. You feel less controlled by emotion. Maintain it through reflection. Awareness is a practice. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Message 4: The empowered self. What does my best version look and feel like? If you were drawn to this symbol, your best version feels strong, self-directed, and internally authoritative. This is not dominance or ego. It's grounded power, the kind that doesn't need to prove itself. Behavioral neuroscience shows that when a person believes they can influence outcomes, the brain releases dopamine in a way that increases motivation, confidence, and resilience. Power, when integrated, stabilizes the nervous system instead of overstimulating it. Carl Jung described this as integrating the shadow, the parts of yourself that hold instinct, assertiveness, anger, ambition, and raw life force. When these parts are rejected, they don't disappear. They turn inward as anxiety or outward as self-sabotage. Biblically, this aligns with "the meek shall inherit the earth." Meekness is not weakness. It is strength under control. What your best version looks like. You take responsibility for your life without resentment. You make decisions even when outcomes aren't guaranteed. You no longer wait for permission to act on what you know is right. Others sense your presence immediately, not because you're loud, but because you're grounded. What's been holding you back? You were likely taught that power was dangerous, selfish, or disruptive. So you learned to suppress it to stay safe, liked, or accepted. Neuroscience confirms that suppressed assertiveness often shows up as chronic tension, irritability, or burnout. You've been carrying strength without direction. How to fight this inner battle? Start by honoring your instincts instead of second-guessing them. Practice setting boundaries without apology. Use discipline, not force. Jung believed that conscious power transforms chaos into purpose. Benefits of becoming your best self. Confidence becomes natural. You stop over-explaining. You trust your ability to handle what comes. Leadership emerges, first within yourself, then outwardly. Signs you're already operating in this state. You can say no without guilt. You feel capable under pressure. You don't abandon yourself to keep peace. How to maintain it? Anchor power to values. Scripture reminds us, to whom much is given, much is required. Power stays healthy when it serves purpose. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Message 5: The whole self. What does my best version look and feel like? If this symbol stood out to you, your best version feels whole, accepting, and internally peaceful. Not perfect, not finished, but complete. Neuroscience shows that self-acceptance reduces stress hormones and increases emotional regulation. When the brain no longer perceives parts of the self as threats, it stops fighting internally. Carl Jung believed that healing happens not through elimination, but integration. Every rejected part of the psyche becomes a source of suffering. Biblically, this aligns with a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. Wholeness is strength. What your best version looks like. You stop trying to erase your past or outgrow your humanity. You allow contradictions. You no longer define yourself by your worst moments or limit yourself to your best ones. There's a quiet humility and confidence in how you move through life. What's been holding you back? Fragmentation. You've been trying to fix yourself instead of understand yourself. Shame taught you that certain emotions, desires, or experiences made you unworthy. Neuroscience shows that shame fractures identity, keeping the brain in self-monitoring mode instead of growth mode. How to fight this inner battle? Practice self-compassion without self-indulgence. Name all parts of yourself, even the uncomfortable ones, without condemnation. Jung taught that what we accept transforms, what we resist persists. Benefits of becoming your best self. Inner peace. Emotional maturity. You stop seeking external validation because you no longer feel internally divided. Life feels meaningful, not rushed. Signs you're already operating in this state. You're less reactive to criticism. You feel at home in your body and mind. You don't need to prove or perform. How to maintain it? Stay reflective. Stay humble. Stay present. Scripture says, "He who began a good work in you will carry it to completion." Wholeness is not achieved, it's allowed. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. This space is inspired by Carl Jung's psychology and the idea that every choice we make is a reflection of the soul. Here, we don't predict the future or tell you who you're supposed to be. Instead, we explore how symbols speak to the subconscious, revealing insight, awareness, and truth already within you. The shoes you're drawn to isn't random. It reflects what your inner world is ready to understand, heal, or awaken. Take a breath. Trust what stands out to you, and allow this reflection to meet you exactly where you are. Each pair of shoes represents the hidden truth that already exists within you, and the message you'll hear is meant to bring awareness to what your soul is ready to unlock right now. There's no right or wrong choice. Trust the one that stands out to you first. Your choice is a reflection, and sometimes reflection is exactly what we need to grow. Now take a second and I'll give you some time to choose. Choice 1. The path of grounding and integration. If you chose pair 1, your soul is asking one question. Can I move forward without abandoning myself? This path reveals a season of integration, where growth is not about acceleration, but alignment. Are you headed in the right direction? Yes, but only if you stop rushing your own nervous system. Behavioral neuroscience shows that sustainable change happens when the brain feels safe, regulated, and consistent, not pressured. When people override rest in pursuit of progress, the amygdala stays activated, leading to burnout, indecision, and emotional regression. Your soul recognizes this. Carl Jung called this stage individuation, through the ordinary, learning to bring unconscious wisdom into daily life. The psyche matures not through dramatic transformation, but through repeated, honest choices. Biblical wisdom echoes this. Let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Hebrews 12:1. Not someone else's race, yours. The direction you should be heading. Toward consistency over intensity. Toward habits that honor your body, emotions, and spirit equally. Signs you're already on the right path. You feel less reactive. You're choosing peace over proving. Your intuition feels quieter, but clearer. You're no longer forcing clarity. It's arriving naturally. If you feel stuck, you may be mistaking stillness for failure. This phase is where foundations are laid. Divine insight. God often slows us down not to delay us, but to protect what's coming next. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Choice 2. The path of self-expression and worth. If you chose pair 2, the soul is revealing a battle between visibility and self-worth. Are you headed in the right direction? Only if your confidence is rooted, not performed. Neuroscience shows that when validation comes externally, dopamine spikes briefly, then crashes. But when worth is internally anchored, serotonin stabilizes mood, confidence, and resilience. Your psyche knows the difference, even if your habits don't yet. Carl Jung associated this archetype with the persona, the mask we present to the world. The work here isn't removing the mask, it's making sure it reflects truth, not insecurity, biblical alignment, You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 139:14. Worth is inherent, not earned. The direction you should be heading. Toward authentic expression without self-abandonment. Signs you're already on this path. You no longer explain yourself excessively. Compliments feel affirming, not necessary. You choose environments that respect you. You're visible, without feeling exposed. What blocks this path? Confusing admiration with connection, performing strength instead of embodying it, divine wisdom. When God elevates you, it's not for applause, it's for stewardship. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Choice 3, the path of discipline and purpose. If you chose pair 3, your soul is engaged in a character-building season. Are you headed in the right direction? Yes, but it requires endurance, not shortcuts. Neuroscience confirms that resilience rewires the brain. Repeated exposure to challenge with meaning strengthens prefrontal control, emotional regulation, and long-term clarity. Jung viewed this as shadow integration, facing discomfort rather than bypassing it. This path forges identity. Biblical truth. Suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance character. Romans 5:3-4. The direction you should be heading. Toward purpose-driven effort, not emotional avoidance. Signs you're succeeding. You finish what you start. You tolerate discomfort without panic. You no longer romanticize struggle. Your confidence is quiet, but solid. What derails this path? Seeking ease before mastery, avoiding responsibility disguised as self-care. Divine insight. God trains warriors before he entrusts authority. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Choice 4, the path of authority and legacy. If you chose pair 4, your soul is stepping into self-governance. Are you headed in the right direction? Yes, if you accept responsibility without control. Neuroscience shows mature leadership correlates with emotional regulation, delayed gratification, and value-driven decisions. This is executive functioning at its highest level. Jung called this the self archetype, where inner authority replaces external validation. Biblical alignment. To whom much is given, much is required. Luke 12:48. The direction you should be heading. Toward impact over image. Signs you're already there. You lead without dominating. You make decisions without fear. You attract respect, not chaos. Your peace doesn't depend on outcomes. What can block this? Control masquerading as leadership, fear of outgrowing familiar identities, divine wisdom. True authority flows from alignment, not force. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one.
I started my degree in 1986. 30 years later, decided to complete my goals. Earning my degree with Purdue Global has given me the confidence that I am not too old. I can do it. Start your comeback today at purdueglobal.edu.
Welcome to Soul Reflections. This space is inspired by Carl Jung's psychology and the idea that every choice we make is a reflection of the soul. Here we don't predict the future or tell you who you're supposed to be. Instead, we explore how symbols speak to the subconscious, revealing insight, awareness, and truth already within you. The teddy bear you're drawn to isn't random. It reflects what your inner world is ready to understand, heal, or awaken. Take a breath, trust what stands out to you, and allow this reflection to meet you exactly where you are. Each teddy bear represents the hidden truth that already exists within you, and the message you'll hear is meant to bring awareness to what your soul is ready to unlock right now. There's no right or wrong choice. Trust the one that stands out. To you first, your choice is a reflection, and sometimes reflection is exactly what we need to grow. Now take a second and I'll give you some time to choose. Bear 1, what you're looking for is safety. If you chose this bear, what your soul is searching for right now is emotional safety. Not comfort, not escape, but a felt sense of being secure within yourself. From a behavioral neuroscience perspective, This reflects a nervous system that has been living in survival mode. When the brain experiences prolonged stress, uncertainty, or emotional unpredictability, the amygdala stays activated. Your subconscious choice reveals a desire to downshift from hypervigilance into regulation. Carl Jung taught that the psyche seeks balance. When safety has been missing externally, the soul begins seeking it internally. This bear symbolizes the self. Archetypes call for containment, a stable inner structure where emotions can exist without overwhelm. Biblically, this aligns with "Be still and know that I am God," Psalm 46:10. Stillness is not passive, it is the return to trust. Safety restores the ability to be still without fear. Why this makes you feel whole? Safety allows integration. When you feel safe, fragmented parts of the psyche, the inner child, the shadow, the wounded self, no longer need to hide. Wholeness occurs when nothing inside you feels threatened. How to obtain it? Create predictability in small daily rituals. Speak honestly with yourself. Instead of suppressing emotion, slow your body before trying to fix your life. Anchor yourself in truth rather than outcomes. Signs you're already moving this way. You no longer react immediately. You pause before responding. You feel less urgency to prove or explain. Your body feels heavier, grounded. How to maintain it? Safety is preserved through boundaries, not control. Continue choosing environments and thoughts that calm your nervous system. Wholeness begins when safety becomes your baseline. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Bear 2, what you're looking for is love without performance. If this bear stood out to you, your soul is looking for love that does not require earning. Neuroscience shows that conditional affection wires the brain to associate worth with effort. Over time, dopamine becomes linked to approval instead of authenticity. Your subconscious is signaling exhaustion from performance-based identity. Jung would describe this as ego fatigue, when the persona has carried too much weight for too long. This bear represents the call to return to intrinsic worth, where love is received, not chased. Biblically, this aligns with "We love because He first loved us." 1 John 4:19. Love is not a reward, it is a foundation. Why this makes you feel whole? Love without performance dissolves inner division. When you no longer have to split yourself into acceptable and hidden parts, the psyche reunites. How to obtain it? Stop over-explaining your boundaries. Allow yourself to be seen imperfectly. Receive without immediately giving back. Practice self-compassion during failure. Signs you're already moving this way. You feel less anxious about others' opinions. You allow pauses in conversation. You no longer over-justify your needs. You feel calmer being alone.
This is one of the biggest ideas we've ever had to pull off.
I tweeted out that I've been sitting on this idea for a commercial, and Mark, the founder of Salesforce, responded. It wasn't really supposed to be a thing, but here we are.
We got to put together a massive social media campaign in addition to a massive production campaign. You can't be executing at this type of scale, at this type of speed without the right tools.
I couldn't fathom working on this commercial without Slack.
This is a culmination of everything we do great at Beast.
This commercial is going to be amazing.
Myth or fact with Botox Cosmetic. Choose your character.
Hi, my name is Taylor, and today we're playing Myth or Fact with Botox Cosmetic.
Hi, this is Candace, and we're going to play Myth or Fact.
Botox Cosmetic treatment takes about 10 to 15 minutes for moderate to severe forehead lines, frown lines, and crow's feet.
Fact.
You have to be over 40 to start using Botox Cosmetic.
That is a myth. I'm not over 40. Individuals 18 or over may be candidates for treatment with Botox Cosmetic. Talk to your licensed provider to see if you are a candidate for treatment.
You cannot wear makeup to your Botox Cosmetic consultation.
Myth. You can wear makeup to your appointment. Your licensed specialist will clean the areas you're getting treated for, so be aware that some of that makeup may be wiped or removed. Always check with your licensed specialist to see what they recommend.
Botox Cosmetic is injected into muscles to help temporarily reduce their ability to contract as powerfully. This results in a visible reduction of the appearance of moderate to severe lines.
That's a fact.
Everyone who has a Botox Cosmetic consultation gets treated in 3 upper facial FDA-approved areas: moderate to severe forehead lines, frown lines, and crow's feet.
I want to say that's a myth. Your doctor will assess which areas you are a candidate for, which may or may not be these 3 FDA-approved areas.
Talk to your doctor about Botox Cosmetic and whether it's right for you. The effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms.
How to maintain it. Choose relationships that reflect love, not labor. Love that heals does not demand self-abandonment. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Fire 3. What you're looking for is inner stability. This bear reflects a desire for consistency within yourself, not motivation, not excitement, but steadiness. Neuroscience confirms that emotional instability often comes from externalized regulation, relying on circumstances to feel okay. Your psyche is ready to internalize stability. Jung would call this the movement toward individuation, becoming anchored in the self, rather than the external world. Biblically, a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways, James 1:8. Stability comes from alignment, not certainty. Why this makes you feel whole? Stability allows identity to solidify. You stop reshaping yourself to match every environment. How to obtain it? Commit to values instead of moods. Regulate emotions before acting. Keep promises to yourself. Reduce overstimulation. Signs you're already there. Your reactions are measured. Your decisions feel calm. You trust yourself more than validation. How to maintain it? Protect your inner rhythm. Stability grows through consistency, not intensity. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Bear 4. What you're looking for is reassurance from within. If you chose this bear, your soul is seeking inner reassurance, the ability to comfort yourself without external confirmation. Neuroscience shows that self-soothing strengthens the prefrontal cortex, increasing emotional resilience. Your psyche is learning self-trust. Jung viewed this as the maturation of the psyche, when the inner authority replaces external dependency. Biblically, the Lord is near to the brokenhearted, Psalm 34:18. Nearness becomes internalized over time. Why this makes you feel whole? You no longer fracture under uncertainty. Reassurance creates emotional independence without isolation. How to obtain it? Speak kindly to yourself during stress. Slow down internal criticism. Sit with emotion instead of escaping. Signs you're succeeding. You calm yourself without distraction. You recover faster from disappointment. You trust timing. How to maintain it? Reassurance grows through patience. Wholeness comes when you become your own safe place. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Bear 5. What you're looking for is purpose without pressure. If you chose this bear, your soul is searching for meaning that doesn't feel heavy, purpose that flows from who you are.
File your taxes 100% free in the app if you didn't file with us last year. Just file with TurboTax Do-It-Yourself by February 28th. No matter your tax situation, make the switch to TurboTax Do-It-Yourself and file free by February 28th.
What would be your biggest challenge in a job like this?
I shop here a lot, and I feel like I should have it all. Just want to take it all home, eat it up, and shoot it out my eyes. I just feel like, give it to me. It's mine anyway.
That is such a good answer.
What's a booster? Somebody that steal clothes from a store and sell it at a discount price? It's like community service.
I call it Triple F. Fashion, forward, philanthropy. I know how to spell philanthropy. Branding, though.
Together, we empty out every single Metro designer in the Bay Area.
The Velvet Gang, they're boosting from my stores.
Missy Smith knows we exist.
They take my shit and sell it because they're low-class urban bitches. With all due respect to urban bitches. I'm an innovator making fucking art.
Why are the nipples so big?
Not who you're trying to become. From a behavioral neuroscience perspective, this reflects a nervous system that has associated purpose with urgency, obligation, or fear of falling behind. Chronic pressure activates cortisol, which over time disconnects motivation from joy. Your subconscious selection reveals a desire to realign meaning with ease, where action comes from clarity rather than anxiety. Carl Jung described this as the tension between the ego's ambition and the self's calling. When the ego leads, purpose feels forced. When the self leads, purpose feels inevitable. This bear symbolizes the psyche's readiness to release hustle-driven identity and step into aligned contribution. Biblically, this reflects, "For we are God's workmanship, created to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." Ephesians 2:10. Purpose is not invented, it is revealed. You are not late. You are unfolding. Why this brings wholeness. Purpose without pressure integrates desire and direction. When you stop forcing your life forward, fragmented parts of the psyche stop resisting. Wholeness emerges when your actions reflect your nature instead of your fear. How to obtain it? Listen for what energizes you without reward. Release timelines that create anxiety. Follow curiosity rather than comparison. Allow rest to clarify direction. Neuroscience confirms that clarity often arises during rest, not effort. The brain solves meaning-oriented problems when it is not overstimulated. Signs you're already moving this way. You feel drawn, not pushed. You sense peace even without answers. You say no more easily. Your goals feel simpler, not bigger. How to maintain it? Protect your inner pace. Purpose remains clear when you honor rhythm over rush. Stay grounded in faith, not outcome. When pressure returns, remember what is meant for you will not require self-abandonment. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one.
Hello. Welcome to Tella Flora. This Valentine's Day, if you could speak to a loved one from the heart, what would you say?
Oh gosh. I'd probably speak to my husband.
You're not only my mom these days, but my best friend too.
Henry, you are the light of my life.
I know you had a rough year last year, but just know that you're loved. I see you. I will ignore that you fill the dishwasher like a freaking idiot.
You're such a nerd, and I love being a nerd with you.
You're my favorite person in the whole wide world.
It's like there's this better version of me that only exists when we're together.
Every moment that you've been with me reassures me every day that I married the right person. You're my soulmate and my companion, and whatever time we get, I'm just so blessed. You have gone through so much, and I am just so proud of you and everything that you've accomplished. I'm trying not to cry, and it's not working. From here to the moon is only this far, but I love you all the way to the stars. Happy Valentine's Day.
I have some flowers for you to give to your loved one.
Oh, wow, this is amazing.
You can give it to the person that you made the message for. They can scan the QR code and listen to your message. I'm gonna go give it to him right now.
Happy Valentine's Day. Love you so much.
Welcome to Soul Reflections. In this message, you're going to choose one bouquet of flowers, and that choice will reveal what your current energy says about you. This is not about prediction. It's about reflection. Carl Jung taught that what we are drawn to is never random. Our subconscious is always communicating through symbols, images, and emotional reactions, even when we don't realize it. Each bouquet represents a different emotional pattern and nervous system state. What catches your attention? First is not your mind choosing, it's your inner world responding. So take a slow breath. Relax your shoulders. Don't analyze. Simply notice which bouquet pulls you in. There is no right or wrong choice. There is only the one that mirrors what is active inside you right now. Once you've chosen, stay to hear your message and see what your energy is ready to understand, heal, and step into next. Bouquet 1, the healer's energy, white roses. You are drawn to this because your nervous system is tired of chaos. Not bored, not numb. Tired. Your inner world is seeking safety, stillness, and emotional rest. You've spent so long being strong, stable, and emotionally together. For others, that your body has learned to live in quiet. Alertness. What neuroscience calls functional freeze. You function. You perform. But you are always holding yourself. This bouquet reflects your unconscious desire to soften. Jung taught that what we admire in the outer world is often what our inner world is ready to reclaim. You are reclaiming peace. You are learning that you don't have to earn love through endurance. Your hidden power is emotional gravity. People feel safe with you because your presence regulates their nervous system. That is rare. That is strength. But here is the shadow. You attract people who want your calm and not your depth, people who rest in you but do not rise with you. The work now is to choose reciprocity over peacekeeping. Peace should not cost you your truth. You are not here to hold the world together. You are here to live. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Bouquet 2, the catalyst's energy, wildflowers. You chose this because your soul is restless. You crave motion, meaning, and emotional expansion. Your nervous system is wired for novelty, not because you are unstable, but because growth is your natural state. You learn through experience, contrast, and risk. Jung would say you are in the phase of individuation, the part of life where the soul breaks old identities to discover what is real. Your hidden power is activation. You wake people up. You make them question who they are. You disrupt stagnation. But here is the shadow. You unconsciously attract people who want to be changed, not people who want to grow with you. They admire your fire. They feed on your vision, but they often lack direction of their own. Your nervous system is not meant to chase chaos. It is meant to create momentum with purpose. You are not here to save lost souls. You are here to build something alive. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Bouquet 3, the intensity energy, red roses. You chose this because your emotional world runs deep. You feel things fully. You love fiercely. You commit completely. Your nervous system is wired for attachment. Intensity, a biological and emotional state, where connection feels like oxygen. When you bond with your whole being. Jung would say your shadow is the fear of abandonment, and your soul is learning self-sovereignty. Your hidden power is emotional depth. You can love in ways that transform people, but here is the shadow. You attract people who need to be healed, rescued, or emotionally carried. You mistake intensity for intimacy. You confuse passion with safety. You are not here to burn yourself to keep others warm. You are here to be chosen without sacrifice. Love should feel powerful, not painful. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Bouquet 4, the grace energy, pink roses. You chose this because your soul is awakening to softness. You are learning that gentleness is not weakness, it is emotional maturity. Your nervous system is shifting from survival into secure receptivity. You no longer want drama. You want presence. Jung would say you are integrating your feminine psyche, the part that knows how to receive without guilt. Your hidden power is magnetism without effort. People feel seen around you. They feel chosen. But here is the shadow. You attract people who want your warmth but do not protect it. You give beauty. They take comfort. But they do not always offer stability. Your softness deserves strength. Your love deserves safety. You are not here to be convenient. You are here to be cherished. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one.
When it comes to my appearance, I believe in being transparent. I'm sharing with you my favorite aesthetic treatments that I incorporate as part of my routine. For the last 5 years, I have been seeing a doctor to get treated with Botox Cosmetic to temporarily improve the look of my moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines. Let me tell you, I've been so pleased with how natural looking the results are. Come along as I visit Dr. Melissa Levine for a Botox Cosmetic and Juvederm collection of fillers consultation. Here I am right before receiving treatment. You can see my moderate to severe forehead lines, frown lines, and crow's feet. Before being an influencer, I was a beauty editor who reported on everything, including medical aesthetic treatments. Part of the job was receiving treatments myself, and that's when I was first introduced to Botox Cosmetic. I also learned a lot about dermal fillers, like the Juvederm collection of fillers. Dermal fillers are used to add volume in different areas of the face. I'd been apprehensive about fillers in the past because I didn't want to look overdone. But now I've realized that you can achieve subtle results. You can schedule a consultation for Botox Cosmetic and the Juvederm collection of fillers in the same appointment, but I prefer to spread them a week apart. First, I was treated with Botox Cosmetic. You'll start with a consultation talking about areas you want to treat. For me, the area that bothered me the most was my 11s, also known as frown lines. During our consultation, I also asked Dr. Levine if I was a candidate to treat my forehead lines and the lines next to my eyes, also known as crow's feet. The treatment takes about 10 to 15 minutes and results can last up to 4 months. You can start to see results in 24 to 48 hours with full results in 30 days. This is 30 days after. As a reminder, talk to your doctor about Botox Cosmetic and whether it's right for you. There are risks with this product. The effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. While I've been happy with my Botox Cosmetic results, I was also interested in an aesthetic treatment that could add volume to different areas of my face. I was specifically interested in plumping my lips, adding volume to my cheeks and chin, and redefining my jawline. That's why I talked to my doctor about Juvederm, a collection of hyaluronic acid dermal fillers that has 6 different fillers, each specifically designed to treat different areas of the face. The Juvederm collection of fillers is made by the makers of Botox Cosmetic. Next up, let's talk about my Juvederm appointment. I headed to Dr. Levine again, and during our consultation, I discussed that I was most interested in treating my lips with Juvederm Ultra XC because I've always felt my top lip could use more fullness. I also wanted to discuss Juvederm Voluma XC in my cheeks for lift, since I've started noticing some volume loss. She gave me the recommendation to not only address my cheeks and lips, but also Juvederm Volux XC in my jawline to help with loss of definition, and Juvederm Voluma XC to shape and define my chin to line up with my profile. The Juvederm collection of fillers is formulated with lidocaine to reduce injection site discomfort, and with numbing cream applied beforehand too, it wasn't too painful. Of course, that is my experience and yours may be different. Here's my face immediately after, here's my face 2 weeks after, and here's my face 30 days after. There was minimal downtime. I had just a little bit of swelling and tenderness. P.S. You want to make sure to avoid heavy exercise, alcohol, sun, and heat exposure in the first 24 hours after treatment. Your licensed specialist can go over additional aftercare instructions. Results can last up to 1 year in the lips and 2 years in the cheeks with optimal treatment, so it is long-lasting. Here's a timeline of the treatments I got, plus the recovery time so you have a clearer idea about what to expect. After getting treated with Botox Cosmetic, my lines were a lot less noticeable, and I'm happy with how I didn't look overdone. After getting treated with Juvederm Voluma XC in my cheeks and chin, Juvederm Velour XC in my smile lines, Juvederm Volux XC in my jawline, and Juvederm Ultra XC in my lips, my results are subtle. Make sure to consult a licensed and trained professional who can guide you on the pros and cons of receiving Botox Cosmetic and the Juvederm collection of fillers treatment. Ask any questions about my experience in the comments.
Talk to your doctor about Botox Cosmetic and whether it's right for you. The effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms.
Not for people with severe allergic reactions, allergies to lidocaine, or the proteins used in Juvederm. Common side effects include injection site redness, swelling, pain, tenderness, firmness, lumps, bumps, bruising, discoloration, or itching. There's a risk of unintentional injection into a blood vessel, which can cause vision abnormalities, blindness, stroke, temporary scabs, or scarring. Talk to a licensed specialist to find out if it's right for you. For important safety information and to find a licensed specialist, visit Juvederm.com.
Start!
what you making? 'Cause I smell bacon.
I call these treats my pup waggers because they're so yummy, they'll make you wag your tail. It's my way of showing you how much I love you. Aww.
Oh, tail wagging done. Now, let's get to the eating part.
Oh my diamonds, these are amazing, Star.
Diamond's not kidding. These are epic eats.
Loves it. Are you going to try your pup wagger, Bijou? Huh? Oh yes. Just helping to make sure it's perfectly round.
Can we have seconds?
And thirds? Of course. Good thing I made a lot. Wow.
Huh?
Did you like it, Bijou? Yum. Thank you. Oh. So full. I'll save this one.
Hey, Star, why don't you and the pups go chill on the rooftop terrace and let Bijou and me do the cleaning up?
Clean? You?
It can happen. Like I say, more cleaning means less cleaning.
I'm happy to help. Oh, thanks. Come on, pups.
I saw what you did with Star's tail wagger treat.
Who? Me? I don't know what you're talking about.
Bruh, you can't hide bacon from me.
Okay, fine. But I didn't want to eat it because it's mushy and has all these weird bits sticking out. And I feel bad because Star made it, and I don't want her to know.
But all those bits are stuff I bet you'll love. Like pumpkin, yum. Peanut butter, ooh. Bacon, oh, the best. And yogurt.
Nope. Pumpkin is just so orange. And yogurt? What even is that? Ew.
You'll never know if you like them if you don't try.
I know, but I just don't want to.
Ooh, how about we play a game?
I'm listening.
Welcome to Taste Test Bingo. On your bingo card are different ingredients. Each time I reveal an ingredient, you'll try it and mark it off with a stamp. Fill out the card, call out bingo, and get a prize. Ready to play?
Yeah.
Here's your first ingredient. Pumpkin.
I've got pumpkin.
Here's your taste test.
Huh? I knew this was a trick. I can't play if I don't taste it, can I?
Dem's the rules.
Pumpkin is so good. Next taste test, please.
Last ingredient, yogurt. You only need to taste it, and you'll win the game.
Yogurt is so not. It's yum. Bingo!
Congratulations! Here's your prize! Star's Pup Wagger! Bijou, all the ingredients you just tried are all the ingredients in the Pup Waggers. And you like them all.
Oh, my pups! It's delicious! Thanks, baby! Haha! I know you weren't cleaning. Star, baby helped me try new food. I didn't want to eat your pup wagger before, but now I love it. I can't stop wagging my tail. I'm so proud of you both. Baby for helping Bijou, and Bijou for trying something new. Puppy charms!
Bow to the wow.
Hugs it.
So, do we still need to clean the kitchen?
Oh, like you say. More cleaning means less cleaning.
Take a slow breath and look at the 4 symbols in front of you. Don't overthink it. Just notice which one pulls your attention first. Your eyes will land on the symbol that recognizes you, the one that matches your energy and reveals the strength you've been carrying in silence. Trust your instinct. Choose the symbol that speaks to you and discover the hidden power that's been waiting underneath your surface. The golden eye, the one who sees what others hide. You don't just notice things. You feel the truth under people's words. This symbol calls out those who carry an old instinct. The ability to read a room within seconds, detect lies without trying, and sense motives before they're revealed. Your hidden power is inner surveillance, a mind that never sleeps. People underestimate how sharp you really are because you don't announce it. You observe, you gather, you wait. And that's exactly why nothing gets past you. This power becomes unstoppable when you trust your first instinct more than your second thought. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. The flaming triangle, the one who burns through barriers. If this symbol called to you, it's because you're built for evolution, not comfort. Your hidden power is the fire that wakes up when life tries to break you. You don't crumble, you pivot. You don't fear endings, you use them. The flaming triangle marks someone who becomes dangerous, in the best way, once they realize how many times they've survived what should have destroyed them. Your energy makes others nervous because it's unpredictable, intense and impossible to control. When you stop holding back, every room feels you before you even speak. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. The blue geometric eye, the one who builds fate with precision. You weren't drawn to this symbol by accident. It's the mark of someone whose mind operates on a higher frequency. You see patterns where others see chaos, solutions where others see dead ends, opportunity where others see limits. Your hidden power is strategic manifestation, not wishful thinking, but the ability to map out your future in ways others can't comprehend. You think 3 moves ahead, and that's why people mistake you for lucky. You're not lucky. You're intentional. And once your focus locks onto something, reality bends in your direction. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. The cosmic infinity, the one whose presence alters people. This symbol chooses people with quiet strength, the kind that shifts the energy of an entire room without a word. You're emotionally tuned in, spiritually receptive and naturally magnetic. Your hidden power is energetic influence. You don't force outcomes, you pull them. People heal when they're around you. They open up without meaning to. They trust you because they feel understood, even when you say nothing. But the most powerful part, you can sense people's intentions long before they reveal themselves, which protects you more than you realize. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one.
This is one of the biggest ideas we've ever had to pull off.
I tweeted out that I've been sitting on this idea for a commercial, and Mark, the founder of Salesforce, responded. It wasn't really supposed to be a thing, but here we are.
We got to put together a massive social media campaign in addition to a massive production campaign. You can't be executing at this type of scale, at this type of speed without the right tools.
I couldn't fathom working on this commercial without Slack.
This is a culmination of everything we do great at Beats.
This commercial is going to be amazing.
A single shot makes you hot. Oh.
Shut up. No way.
Now we're talking.
That is beauty.
FX is the beauty. Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers.
Welcome to Soul Reflections. This space is inspired by Carl Jung's psychology and the idea that every choice we make is a reflection of the soul. Here we don't predict the future or tell you who you're supposed to be. Instead, we explore how symbols speak to the subconscious, revealing insight, awareness and truth already within you. The wolf you're drawn to isn't random. It reflects what your inner world is ready to understand, heal, or awaken. Take a breath, trust what stands out to you, and allow this reflection to meet you exactly where you are. Each wolf represents the hidden truth that already exists within you, and the message you'll hear is meant to bring awareness to what your soul is ready to unlock right now. There's no right or wrong choice, trust the one that stands out. To you first, your choice is a reflection. And sometimes, reflection is exactly what we need to grow. You can learn something from each of you, cannot choose just one. Now take a second and I'll give you some time to choose. Row 1, the Firewolf, the one born with relentless willpower. There's a reason you felt pulled toward the Firewolf. People like you don't just survive difficult chapters, you absorb them, reshape them, and turn them into fuel. Your life has never been simple, and deep down you know this. You've always been the one who had to grow up faster, endure more, and figure things out alone. You carry an inner flame that can't be extinguished, even when you've tried to put it out yourself. Your hidden identity is the unbreakable force, the person others underestimate until they suddenly realize you're 10 steps ahead. You read people with a quiet intensity. You notice who's lying, who's insecure, who's pretending. You've spent your whole life picking up patterns, learning how people think, what they fear, what drives them. You don't use this awareness to manipulate, but you could, easily, and that's what makes you powerful. You understand psychology instinctively. The Firewolf symbolizes a soul who carries dangerous resilience. The more pressure you're under, the sharper you become. You're the kind of person who can fall apart at 3 a.m. and still show up the next morning looking composed and unreadable. People never see the battle inside you because you don't allow them to. You don't rely on others. You rely on strategy, instinct, and grit. You attract jealousy because your strength is intimidating. You attract admiration because your presence is magnetic. You attract loyalty because you don't break your word. But your greatest gift? You rise every single time. That were not the same, but stronger, colder, wiser. Your wolf reveals that you aren't meant for an average life. You're meant for mastery, transformation, and leadership. Even if you don't call it leadership. Even if you don't realize you're already doing it. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Row 2, the Ice Wolf, the one with silent power. Choosing the Ice Wolf means you are someone who holds stillness that unsettles the wrong people and comforts the right ones. You don't react quickly. You don't explode. You don't fall into emotional traps. Your power is subtle, precise, and unnervingly calm. People mistake your gentleness for softness, but you hold a cold edge beneath the surface, a boundary that cannot be crossed without consequence. You don't raise your voice. You withdraw your energy. And that is far more terrifying. You think deeply, observe quietly, and act only when it matters. Your mind is clear, analytical, and naturally tuned to find truth beneath noise. You see angles, motives, and emotional undercurrents others are blind to. While others chase attention, you conserve your strength. While others rush, you calculate. You don't need validation because your identity doesn't depend on external approval. The Ice Wolf represents someone who feels everything, yet exposes nothing. People often project onto you because you're a blank canvas. Calm, beautiful, mysterious. But the truth is, you simply don't waste your inner world on anyone who hasn't earned access to it. Your hidden power is emotional precision. You don't get fooled by charm. You don't fall for manipulation. You don't engage in chaos. When your patience runs out, you disappear silently, cleanly, permanently. And here's what others don't realize. You forgive because it frees you. Not because people deserve it. You detach because you see the truth, not because you're cold. You stay quiet because you understand more than you say. Your wolf reveals a soul that is hard to shake, hard to read, and impossible to replace. You are the calm that follows storms, and the storm that rises when silence breaks. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Row 3, the Shadow Wolf, the one with depth others can't handle. Choosing the Shadow Wolf means you are someone who moves through life with a depth most people don't possess. or even understand. You see darkness not as something to fear, but as something to study, navigate, and transform. You've been through situations that forced you to understand human behavior in ways others never had to. Your hidden identity is the deep soul, intuitive, intense, and profoundly aware. You recognize emotional patterns instantly. You sense lies the moment they're spoken. You know when someone's energy shifts. Nothing goes unnoticed. People often try to figure you out and fail. You carry mystery the way others carry moods, naturally, effortlessly. You're unreadable because you've learned to protect yourself. Your silence isn't emptiness, it's strategy. The shadow wolf symbolizes a person who has walked through fire. Internally would be heartbreak, betrayal, disappointment, abandonment, and emerged sharper, wiser, and emotionally self-sufficient. You've already survived the things that would destroy most people. That gives you an advantage others don't have. You know your darkness, so it can't control you. You are magnetic in a way that's hard to explain. People feel drawn to you even when they can't articulate why. You feel familiar to hurt people and intimidating to superficial people. You attract deep conversations, intense bonds, psychic-level connections, and also envy, obsession, and projection. But your greatest strength? You transform pain into purpose, shadow into wisdom, instinct into guidance. Your wolf reveals that you're meant for a path that requires bravery, emotional intelligence, and the ability to see truth, even when it's uncomfortable. You don't fear the shadows, you walk with them. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Row 4, the Celestial Wolf, the one whose energy shifts reality. The Celestial Wolf represents people with rare intuition, heightened sensitivity, and powerful inner light. If you chose this wolf, you are someone whose presence affects rooms, moods, and outcomes without saying a word. Your energy speaks before your mouth does. You're highly intuitive, not in a trendy, surface-level way, but in a deep, almost supernatural sense. You pick up on emotions, motives, and vibrations instantly. You feel the undercurrents in every situation. You sense what's coming before it arrives. Your hidden identity is the frequency shifter. People are drawn to you because you make them feel understood, safe or awakened, sometimes all at once. You bring healing without trying, comfort without effort, clarity just by existing. But that doesn't mean you're naive. You've seen enough, felt enough, lost enough to be wise beyond your years. The Celestial Wolf symbolizes someone who has a strong internal moral compass, not because of rules, but because of alignment. You can feel when something is wrong. You can sense when a person's energy is dangerous. You know when to walk away long before you explain why. Your greatest strength is energetic influence. You don't manipulate. The universe just seems to shift a little when you move. Opportunities open for you. People reveal themselves around you. Truth rises to the surface when you're near. But you also carry a hidden shadow. You absorb too much. You feel too deeply. You take on emotions that aren't yours. When you learn to separate your energy from others, your power becomes unstoppable. Your wolf reveals a soul meant for impact, intuition, and connection. Someone who changes the world not by force, but by frequency. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Welcome to Soul Reflections, your sacred pause in life's journey. Today we unlock 7 symbolic locks, each holding a lesson your soul is ready to hear. Notice which lock calls to you. Know this, it's okay if more than one does. Your soul might be speaking in layers. You are not lost. You are evolving. Every call is valid, even if it overlaps. This is growth, not chaos. I care deeply for your journey. This is not a rigid test. This is gentle guidance from within. So if your intuition pulls you towards several locks, listen to each. Each is a step toward protection, alignment, and wholeness. Let's begin. Lock 1, protection from premature action. If you chose this lock, your spirit is alert right now. You feel restless, like something should already be happening. There's energy in you, but it's contained. Neuroscience shows that urgency activates the amygdala, not wisdom. When we move too fast, we mistake adrenaline for alignment. This lock appears when momentum would actually cost you more than patience. You may feel delayed, but delay is not denial. In the Bible, Moses spent 40 years preparing for a moment that required precision, not speed. Jung called this the necessary incubation of the self. You are not wrong for wanting movement. You're being protected from acting before your nervous system. Identity and discernment are fully integrated. There is care here. Divine care, like a parent keeping a child from running into traffic. Not punishment, but protection. You're being protected from moving before you trust yourself. The lock opens when calm replaces urgency. The sign you're aligned, peace without needing proof. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Lock 2. Protection from repeating a familiar pattern. This lock activates recognition. Something about it feels familiar, almost too familiar. Behavioral neuroscience shows the brain prefers predictability over happiness. That's why people return to relationships, jobs, and cycles that feel known, even when they hurt. Jung warned that what is unconscious will repeat until made conscious. This lock appears when your soul says, "Not again." You're not stuck, you're aware. Awareness is the moment protection begins. You are deeply supported here. God often blocks doors not because we're unworthy, but because we're ready for something different. You're being protected from choosing familiarity over growth. The lock opens when you pause instead of reacting. The sign you're healing? You feel bored by what once hooked you. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Lock 3. Protection from emotional exhaustion. This lock feels heavy. It holds accumulated emotion, not danger. Neuroscience confirms chronic emotional output without recovery leads to burnout, dissociation, and loss of clarity. Biblically, even Elijah collapsed after overgiving. God didn't correct him. He fed him and let him rest. You are not weak. You've been strong for too long without replenishment. This lock is compassion. It's rest disguised as resistance. You're being protected from giving beyond capacity. The lock opens when you stop explaining and start restoring. The sign you're aligned, energy returns without force. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Lock 4. Protection from false identity. This lock is sharp, clean, intentional. Jung called the false self the persona, the mask shaped by approval, survival and adaptation. The Bible echoes this. When I was a child, I thought as a child. Growth requires shedding old identities. You didn't fake who you were, you adapted to survive. You are loved beyond performance, roles, and labels. You're being protected from becoming successful at something that isn't you. The lock opens when authenticity feels safer than approval. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Lock 5. Protection from misaligned relationships. This lock holds emotional gravity. Attachment science shows we bond not to love, but to nervous system familiarity. The Bible warns against being unequally yoked, not morally, but energetically. You didn't imagine the discomfort. Your body knew before your mind did. This protection is gentle but firm. You're being protected from connection that costs your self-respect. The lock opens when peace matters more than chemistry. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Lock 6. Protection from self-betrayal. This lock feels personal. Neuroscience shows repeated self-override weakens intuition. Jung taught that integrity restores psychic energy. You didn't lose intuition. You ignored it to survive. Grace meets you here, not judgment. You're being protected from abandoning yourself again. The lock opens when your no feels sacred. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Lock 7. Protection from spiritual confusion. This lock feels quiet, not dramatic. Too much information fragments clarity. Biblical wisdom says discernment grows in stillness. You're not lost, you're overloaded. Truth meets you gently. You're being protected from noise masquerading as guidance. The lock opens when simplicity feels powerful. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Before you choose a coffee cup, understand this. Nothing you're drawn to is accidental. Your subconscious makes the decision long before you realize it, and that choice exposes more about you than you think. We're not here to predict your future. We're here to pull back the curtain on the parts of yourself you've been avoiding. Every symbol triggers something: buried desire, fear, unresolved truth. And the cup you can't stop looking at, that's the one your mind is trying to hide from you, and the one your soul refuses to ignore. So don't overthink it. Don't negotiate with yourself. Go with the cup that hits you first, because that instinct is the revelation. Take a breath. Look again, and choose the cup you can't explain. Coffee cup number 1, the eye of awareness. You're drawn to the cup marked by the eye, because your inner world is powered by perception. You don't just see things, you absorb, decode, and interpret them with precision others rarely notice. Your subconscious loves clarity, pattern recognition, and silent observation. This attraction is not random. People who choose the eye often carry an innate psychological advantage: high sensitivity to microsignals, social nuance, tone shifts, and hidden motives. You read energy faster than words, and your mind processes layers of meaning at once. And here's the tension point. You sense more than you act on. You perceive more than you trust. Your instincts are powerful, but you often question them, diluting your natural strengths. Your choice reveals something essential. Your inner world is empowered by truth, intuition, and quiet analysis. You don't need louder confidence. You need deeper self-trust. Your ability to notice what others miss is not paranoia or overthinking, it's pattern intelligence. You've likely been the one who understood people long before they understood themselves. You care deeply, but from a distance. You protect your peace because chaos disrupts your inner clarity. And even when you don't say everything you know, you feel it fully. Your life shifts dramatically when you accept this fact. Your intuition is your power, not your burden. Once you stop apologizing for being too aware, your relationships stabilize, your boundaries sharpen, and your purpose becomes unmistakably clear. Your soul is empowered when you honor the truth you already see. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Coffee cup number 2, the flame of drive. Choosing the flame means your inner world is fueled by momentum, desire, and inner fire. You thrive on movement, not chaos, but progression. You feel alive when you're building, improving, or transforming. This pull toward fire reveals a core psychological engine: intrinsic motivation. Your drive doesn't rely on praise. You ignite from within. When something matters to you, your focus becomes razor-sharp and nearly unshakable. But here's your inner tension. Your fire is intense, and when unchanneled, it can burn you before it warms you. You oscillate between bursts of energy and sudden exhaustion, because you often demand more from yourself than you give back. Your choice validates something powerful. You are someone who is meant to take action. Your mind is wired for pursuit, achievement, and transformation. You're not lazy, you're selective. Your energy surges only for what aligns with your deeper purpose. You've carried yourself through situations that would break others. Your fire is both your protection and your fuel. Even when you feel drained, there's a spark in you that never fully goes out, a resilience. People underestimate until they watch you rise. Your life changes when you honor this rule. Direct your fire, don't suppress it. You transform when you stop giving energy to distractions and aim your drive toward what elevates you. Your soul grows stronger through disciplined passion, not self-sacrifice. Your inner world is empowered by ignition, by the decision to start and the discipline to continue. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Coffee cup number 3, the star of meaning. If you chose the star, your inner world is powered by purpose, connection, and inner alignment. You need your life to mean something, not just function. You're not driven by attention, you're driven by significance. You gravitate toward experiences that help you grow emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. You learn quickly, reflect deeply, and connect authentically. Your inner conflict is subtle but constant. You often feel the gap between who you are now and who you sense you're becoming. You're not lost, you're evolving. But the in-between stage can feel like pressure, confusion, or restlessness. Your choice confirms that your empowerment comes from alignment, not approval. When your actions reflect your values, your confidence strengthens. When they don't, your entire inner world feels unstable. You're not too sensitive. You're attuned to meaning. You care deeply, not in a naive way, but in a connected way. You love with intention. You think before you act. You reflect before you react. You see the potential in people and situations long before others recognize it. Here is your pivotal insight. Your soul thrives when your choices match your values. When you stop betraying your own alignment just to maintain peace, your clarity skyrockets, your relationships stabilize, your self-respect multiplies. Your inner world is empowered by purpose, by choosing meaning over noise. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Coffee cup number 4. The infinity of possibility. Choosing infinity reveals that your inner world is powered by adaptability, imagination, and boundless potential. You think in possibilities, not limits. Your subconscious is wired for expansion. You don't just see what is, you see what could be. You're innovative, forward-thinking, and often ahead of your environment. But your inner conflict is this: your mind runs faster than your reality. Your ideas outpace your environment. You often feel misunderstood. Because most people operate within boundaries you naturally exceed. Your choice confirms an essential truth. You are empowered by freedom. You need space to think, to create, to reinvent, to grow. Routine suffocates you. Stagnation drains you. You're not inconsistent, you're evolving. Your spirit is compassionate yet expansive. You care deeply, but you refuse to be confined. You've outgrown people, identities, and environments many times, not out of ego, but out of necessity. Your transformation begins when you accept this. Your potential isn't a threat, it's your calling. When you stop shrinking yourself to fit your surroundings, you step into the version of you that impacts, inspires, and elevates. Your inner world is empowered by infinite possibility, by allowing yourself to expand without apology. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. You didn't stop here by chance. Every choice you make is guided by patterns you don't consciously control, and symbols are how those patterns reveal themselves. That's why this moment matters more than you think. This isn't about prediction. It's about exposure. We don't tell you who you should be. We show you what's already operating beneath the surface. The owl you're drawn to isn't random. Owls represent awareness in darkness, the ability to see what's hidden, avoided, or denied. The one that pulls your attention is reflecting the inner path you've already chosen. Whether you've admitted it or not, don't analyze. Analysis distorts instinct. Notice which owl your eyes return to first. That reaction happens before logic, and before logic is where truth lives. Each owl carries a message meant to confront, not comfort. What you hear may challenge the version of yourself you've been protecting, but it will clarify the direction you're moving toward. There is no right or wrong choice. There is only honesty. If more than one owl speaks to you, pay attention. That means more than one part of you is demanding recognition. Take a breath. Choose now, because hesitation is already an answer. Owl 1, the Watcher path. You chose this owl because something in your life feels off. Not loud, not chaotic, just quietly misaligned. You've sensed it for a while. Subtle discomfort. A feeling that you're observing your own life instead of fully inhabiting it. This owl appears to those who see more than they say. You notice patterns others miss. You read between words, moods, and behaviors. You've learned to stay alert because awareness once protected you. But here's the tension. Awareness without action becomes stagnation. You may be waiting, watching for the right moment, the right certainty, the right permission. That hesitation isn't weakness. Research shows highly perceptive individuals delay decisions because they process more variables. You aren't indecisive, you're calibrated. And still you deserve relief. You don't need to monitor everything anymore. The version of you that stayed vigilant did its job. You're safe to step forward now. Your inner path is embodied authority. Move from watcher to witness to action. Speak the truth you already see. The moment you trust your perception without over-verifying it, life accelerates. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Owl number 2, the flame path. You chose this owl because something inside you is restless. You feel energy, but it's trapped, like potential waiting for ignition. This owl reflects intensity, passion, drive. You feel deeply and move powerfully when aligned, but when misaligned, that same fire turns inward as frustration. Right now, you may be suppressing desire to stay reasonable. You've been taught that wanting too much is dangerous. Neuroscience confirms suppressed motivation doesn't disappear, it mutates into anxiety or exhaustion. Your fire isn't the problem. Containment without direction is. You don't need to burn everything down to be free. You just need to choose one direction, where your energy is allowed to move without guilt. Your path is intentional ignition. Channel desire into disciplined action. When you stop apologizing for wanting more, your life reorganizes around momentum. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Owl number 3, the architect path. You chose this owl because chaos exhausts you, even if you don't show it. You crave clarity. This owl represents systems thinkers. I see how things should work. You naturally organize, plan, and refine, often for others before yourself. Yet something feels incomplete. You may be building frameworks for a life you haven't fully claimed. Psychology shows high-competence individuals delay personal fulfillment while stabilizing their environment. You've been prioritizing order over desire. You're allowed to design a life that serves you, not just one that functions. Your inner path is self-directed mastery. Apply your structure inward. When your systems support your values, not just survival, you experience peace, not pressure. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Owl number 4, the liberator path. You chose this owl because you're tired of performing, tired of roles. This owl appears to those shedding old identities. You're questioning narratives you once accepted without choice. Letting go is unsettling. Who are you without the labels, expectations, and old versions? Identity transitions often feel destabilizing before they feel liberating. This is documented in psychological individuation stages. You're not lost, you're shedding weight. What feels empty is actually space. Your path is integration. You don't need to become someone new, only to reclaim who you were before adaptation. Freedom follows authenticity. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. The reason money feels hard to reach isn't outside of you. It's hidden in the patterns you don't notice until now. Welcome to Soul Reflections. This space is rooted in Carl Jung's psychology and the truth that every choice reveals what operates beneath your awareness. The symbol that stands out to you has already been chosen. Your subconscious decided before your mind tried to explain it. If you feel pulled without knowing why, that's not imagination. It's recognition. Awareness always comes before change. This isn't judgment. It's clarity. What you're about to hear isn't new. It's something already shaping you. Each symbol reflects a truth, influencing what you attract, what repeats and what grows next. Take a breath. Stop thinking. Choose. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Row 1 vision that separates you from the crowd. Most people work hard and still stay broke. That's not accidental. Scripture says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Proverbs 29:18. Notice it doesn't say they suffer. It says they perish slowly, quietly, unknowingly. The first thing that makes you a thousandaire is not effort, it's perception. Humans unconsciously imitate the expectations of their environment. If everyone around you thinks in survival terms, your nervous system will obey that script, even if you want more. Vision disrupts imitation. Vision breaks hypnotic conformity. God never rewarded need. He responded to alignment. Abraham didn't receive abundance because he wanted it. He saw it before he touched it. Your mind must outrun your circumstances, or money will never follow you. If you felt like you don't belong where you are financially, the discomfort is not ingratitude, it's discernment. Jesus repeatedly said, "Those with eyes to see," meaning most people look but do not perceive. You're not late. You're waking up. This isn't about greed. God does not oppose money. He opposes blindness. When you begin seeing opportunity instead of obstacles, provision responds to you naturally. You were never meant to chase money. You were meant to recognize pathways. What will make you a thousandaire is vision that refuses normalization of lack. Once you see differently, you behave differently, and money always follows behavior. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Row 2. Growth through discipline, not motivation. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is spiritual. Scripture says, "The diligent hand makes rich," Proverbs 10:4, not the inspired hand. Not the talented hand, the disciplined one. Most people rely on emotional highs to act. When emotions drop, progress stops. This is why financial cycles repeat. Discipline bypasses mood, and mood is the enemy of wealth. Jesus spoke constantly about stewardship. Why? Because increase comes after mastery. You cannot be trusted with overflow if you are inconsistent with order. If you've tried vision boards, affirmations, or prayers without results, it's not because they're false, it's because structure was missing. Faith without works is dead, James 2:26. Structure is works. God is not withholding from you. He is preparing you. Discipline is protection, not punishment. It stabilizes you so money doesn't destroy you once it arrives. What will make you a thousandaire is daily discipline that outlives emotion. Wealth responds to consistency, not intensity. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Row 3. Emotional regulation creates financial flow. Unregulated emotions leak money. This is uncomfortable truth. Scripture says, "He who rules his spirit is greater than one who conquers a city." Proverbs 16:32. Impulsivity is tied to unresolved emotional wounds. Spending, procrastination, and avoidance are emotional coping strategies, not financial ones. Jesus was never emotionally reactive. Even under pressure, he remained grounded. Emotional mastery precedes material authority. If money comes and goes easily in your life, it's not bad luck, it's emotional inconsistency. You don't lose money, you release it unconsciously. This isn't condemnation. Awareness is mercy. God reveals patterns so you can break them. Emotional healing restores financial stability. What will make you a thousandaire is emotional maturity. Money stays where peace lives. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Row 4. Ideas are currency. Money doesn't come from labor. It comes from ideas. Ecclesiastes says wisdom gives life to those who have it. Wisdom produces solutions. Solutions attract wealth. Most people suppress ideas because they fear judgment. The mind stays silent to stay safe. Poverty thrives in silence. Biblically, Joseph didn't escape poverty through labor. But interpretation, ideas saved nations. If ideas come to you often, that's not imagination, that's stewardship responsibility. God speaks through insight. Ignoring it delays provision. What will make you a thousandaire is acting on ideas instead of dismissing them. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Row 5. Mental renewal breaks financial cycles. You cannot out-earn your identity. Romans 12:2 says transformation happens through renewal of the mind. The subconscious self-sabotages success that contradicts identity. Jesus healed minds before bodies because belief dictates outcome. If you feel close to breakthrough but stuck, identity lag is the reason. God doesn't rush you, he reshapes you. What will make you a thousandaire is becoming someone who expects increase. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube to help us continue to put out videos just like this one. Row 6. Attraction through alignment, not force. Chasing money repels it. Scripture warns against serving mammon. Obsession creates resistance. When alignment happens, provision follows. You're not behind, you're misaligned. God attracts provision to obedience. What will make you a thousandaire is alignment with divine order. If this resonated with you, please like, share with a friend who this might help, and subscribe to our YouTube to help us continue to put out videos just like this one.
We are a nation of builders. We raise homes, build families, and carve our names into the land we love. But the world is changing. Horizon helps you turn home equity into a Bitcoin treasury,